to the Dangerville podcast.
Like we always do about this time.
The greatest show of all time.
Yes, let's go over the Chicken Cherry Cola song once more here now that we're live on the
There's some crucial bare naked ladies material here to start. Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you, but
There it is.
I'm dying to find out.
That song was kind of a banger.
Those guys got to be rolled. They did that fucking theme song for that Big Bang Theory show, which is syndicated.
Really?
On
that was there?
every
Savage
goddamn
Garden
sit-
did that?
No,
I did not.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Okay, we're still
The Savage Garden,
intertwining.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
dilemma
It's a real
apparently
mix-up here.
persists. Yeah.
Are they the ones who did the Shrek song too?
Bare Naked
that's
Ladies
Smash
probably did a
Mouth.
bunch.
That's Smash Mouth,
Okay.
Same
That's the same band.
It's a
dude.
completely
Yeah.
other terrible
Smash Naked
90s band.
Let's also bring up They Might Be Giants while we're at it,
They
because that
also did
just
a bunch of
fits
that
in there
crap too,
too.
didn't they? Yeah.
Oh, you said we weren't going to shit on people, Andy.
Oh no, that's
No,
what
this is all an admiration. I like every single band we just talked about, minus Savage Garden.
I will shit on them.
There you
don't
go.
worry.
There you go.
Don't worry. I hear Bare Naked Ladies are fucking killer live though. Apparently, it's really funny and shit. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
not the band, just Bare Naked Ladies.
nice.
Yeah,
nice. Hot. That's hot.
All right, welcome to the show here, boys. We got the wildlife with us. Ooh. Maybe we should go around like it's fucking high school freshman year here and introduce
First day of
Introduce yourself right now. Introduce yourself right now.
Icebreaker mode.
One fun fact and
yeah.
everybody's favorite
What is it?
candy.
2 lies and a truth, or there was.
Oh God!
Put out your online dating bio.
All right, so who do I got here? Let's start over here.
I'm Chad Moore.
What's up, Chad?
Play drums.
Driver of the Winnebago.
Drummer. Yep. Drums and hang out.
Keep her going here. What do we got?
Oh,
Let's go.
my name's Tim. I'm the bass player.
Oh no! All right, that adds
I
up.
know my part in the band.
What's up, y'all? I'm Phil. I am the lead singer.
Lead singer, driver of the Winnebago. Do you play guitar too, or you just sing?
I do, yeah. Rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe write the music. I don't know. These guys are the. They
I'm
have
the
to.
talent. Actually,
I'm trying to be modest right now.
No big deal. I write this. It's cool.
Tim made the ghost though, so he's more than the bass player.
It's rad looking. I dig it.
And I'm Andrew, and I play the other guitar.
Okay. Many guitars. Yeah. Well, 2.
The piccolo, as we call it.
Piccolo bass, yeah.
Oh, and the Tetris guy. I
Nice.
load the trailer.
I know that guy. There's always that guy in the band. You're that guy.
Yeah.
Andy like single-handedly
Yeah.
handled the trailer. He's like, just put the stuff here.
The
and
trailer
I'm going to do
Tetris.
it.
It's a skill. Like it's a
It's like, you know how you can help me bring stuff to me, and then let me deal with it.
yeah.
Let me cook over here, boys. I got a little something working
Nice.
Then it
here.
gets
Yes.
locked down. You know, it's good. This is what it is every time.
Well,
the
and
order everything goes.
it's a
in.
defense mechanism from driving with terrible drivers in your touring career and them not understanding what centrifugal force is.
indeed.
So you have to pack everything
Yeah.
knowing that they're going to take turns way too
Yeah.
fast and shit's going to fall over
Why
on
doesn't
things.
my tube amp work anymore?
Yeah. And why is there glass everywhere? That's weird.
Why's my guitar headstock on the floor now?
Andy, I can't wait till we open the trailer and you see that I did that to all the stuff. You like me like a little bit less, but
I
you'll
checked
never
that
tell
at the
me.
gas station, to
did
be
you?
honest with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wondered what you were doing back there.
See,
That was a gear check.
Good for
Everything
you,
was
man.
everywhere it was supposed to be.
yeah, that's a valuable skill, dude. A thankless job
Thankless.
right there. You know what I'm saying?
No bungee straps, nothing back there.
Ooh,
Nope.
man, you
That's
got to
a
be
good
careful.
layout you figured
Got to be
out.
careful.
And soft shell cases on those drums.
The drums will be all right.
He's living on the edge.
You're doing yeoman's work, my friend. It's commendable to be sure.
For real though, man. You don't want to show up and your freaking tube amp's busted, dude. That's the worst, man.
Yeah.
I've been there. That's why I know these things. That shit fucking happens. Trailers are brutal. Let's get a little, maybe a little bio on the band here. How did you guys become a band? Where did this all start?
Oh, yeah. Starting with the tough questions, I see.
Yeah, I mean,
Take it away, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, so I've been making music for a while, as we all have been. I was playing in the streets of Frankenmuth, I don't know, 2 years ago now,
Yeah, somewhere around there.
and Chad saw
the
me driving
streets
by.
of Frankenmuth.
The streets of
tough.
Frankenmuth.
That's a tough.
Yeah, they're
street.
tough.
Dude.
Yeah.
Lots of later hosing.
Yes. Someone came by and they like didn't say good job, and I was like really offended. You know, whatever. Chad saw me playing, And he happened to be my son's teacher. So Chad is the first grade teacher in his other job. And
In his real life.
Real life, yeah, exactly. And, it took me a while to decide if I should really play with him because I didn't want to give my son special favors.
Oh, okay.
First grade, it really matters. Like the nepotism stuff, it really matters. We started playing December 2023, I think.
Sounds right. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
And then we jammed a few times. We said, we're going to hit the studio. Let's just do it. So we booked some studio time and we did our
Nice.
first 3 songs.
Yeah.
That was May 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long story long. There is no long story because there's not a lot of story.
Indeed.
Yeah,
We just
did
met.
that.
It's like 2 adults that say they're going to get together and jam, and then we actually did.
Right.
So-
Indeed.
And then we-
aligned.
The miracle right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we followed up and did it again,
Yeah.
which is really important.
Yeah, at our age, it's brutal. I just saw something that was like the greatest accomplishment Slipknot ever did was convincing 9 guys to have band practice at the same
Dude.
time.
That was you that I saw post that the other day. I was like,
Probably,
it's
yeah,
so
probably sure.
accurate.
Yeah, it was going around.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Well, I'll carry on if you don't mind.
Yeah,
So yeah,
go
like
ahead.
me and Phil had been still playing and failing to find other people to play with. So we were doing the whole click track, recording our own bass track kind of things, and got tired of hearing the bing bong 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 in your ear every time you play.
Oh, it's the
And
best.
finally, like me and Andy had been trying to connect for I don't even know how many years.
Dude,
quite
so-
a while, dude.
It's funny. So the apartment that I live in and where his house was, they were like backyard sharing, like kitty corner. And I'm out walking around one day. He's walking his dog, and we like cross paths. And somehow
Just picking up all kinds of people on the street.
It's weird.
Streets of Frankenmuth.
Yeah, I'm assembling people.
This is the plot of a
Students,
John
parents,
Cusack movie,
neighbors.
by the way.
yeah,
This is the
yeah.
legend of Chad
Wait
Ross.
till
I
you
keep
hear where
trying
we
to tell
found
you.
Tim.
And then like we started talking, and it turns out both of our old bands had played together.
Yeah.
And that definitely was a we should jam sometime, and nothing ever came of it.
Sure.
Years ago.
Yeah. And then like I saw that they released their 3 songs, and I was like, hey, do you need any other members? And Chad was like, well, yeah, we could use a bass player. And I was like, well, maybe I'm not interested anymore.
That's beneath me.
and then this is funny.
I could pack a mean trailer, but playing the bass.
Yeah, I was like, I have a bass, but it would be more fun to play guitar, but I'll think about it. And then like 6 months later or something, a mutual friend of ours who I won't name, but is notorious for like, man, I want to like do a bunch of stuff, but then never follows through with anything.
Yeah.
And
We all know that
so
guy.
he had shown interest in bass, and he asked me about the band. I was like, yeah, I know those guys. And then immediately I was like, but wait, no, I want that gig. And so I reached out to Chad and I was like, hey, do you still need a bass player? He's
No,
like,
there's a little competition.
That's out of spite.
and he was like, yeah, we do need bass player, but actually, if you want to play guitar, we could use a second guitar player. I'm like, okay, now I'm really interested. So
Yeah.
that's how I ended up being in the band. And then I was doing like using octave pedals to cover part of the bass duties, and then being the guy to trigger the backing bass stuff.
Oh, you should have got
live.
the foot synth thing, like Geddy
Dude, we
Lee,
used-
dude. That's what you should have done, dude.
We did a couple shows where we had 3 different solutions to having bass, because I had backing tracks
None of which was
for
just
my
having
stuff.
a guy play bass.
Yes, the easiest solution would be to just have another human, but
You doing okay over there?
and then we found Tim.
Who, me?
Yeah, Tim.
I know, we're really,
I know,
we're really
just-
ripping on bass right now.
Tim's here, guys. He's in the room with
I know my
us.
face. I know my face. With the bass player. I'm lower than anyone else's.
Softly shedding a tear over there. You're the backbone of the band, my friend.
You really
The
are.
rhythm section, come on.
The bass is maybe the most important part of any good band.
Yeah, wait till you hear him play. You'll say the same thing.
Like, wow, this should just unplug him.
Really, really laying down those whole notes there, you know. No, yeah, I do love some bass, so it's fun to shit on basses. I don't know why, but you know.
Yeah, so I
bass
guess
is the most
how did we
important.
get Tim in? Because I actually don't know the story. Tim just showed up one day.
It was another one of those like. So Tim's also a guitar player.
Any day on the streets of Freak.
Yes. Yeah, you can.
I mean, what,
you can share.
He was in the one alley that is the cleanest.
I was just.
alley.
I think I was just complaining to Tim after a gig that we did where I got like a major headache from trying to run the PA and the backing tracks and the bass. Like,
We were all pissed after that.
yeah, it was just like, this is so dumb. Can we just get a bass player for crying out loud? And I think I was just texting with Tim and kind of telling him that.
Please.
And it was kind of
complaining that you didn't have one. I'm like, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Or like, am I assuming that you're asking me?
yeah.
You're just gonna keep complaining until I bring it up. Was that basically,
Yeah, I passive aggressively.
That's like in second grade when the girl that likes you like punches you in the arm and runs away, and it's
Do you like me? Yes, no.
yeah. Will you play bass in our band? Yes or no?
But then, like he said, I'm a guitar player at heart. But
Sure.
like, I'm like, what did you tell these two? Like, how good is this bass player? Like, I don't know, he's all right. I mean, he owns a bass.
he's adequate.
Yeah, I didn't have an amp. I had a bass.
Right.
Partial truth.
Yeah.
But I have gear for everything because I'm a gear nerd. So I
Same.
have a
I
full
know,
bass
right?
setup. So I was
Yeah.
like, you can use all my stuff.
Exactly.
I just need you to plunk
Indeed.
root notes.
Just really got to lay down that low E, dude.
Well, all we really want to get rid of is ding dong 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 ding dong dong dong
Yeah.
ding dong dong dong.
I'm gonna make a pedal.
Falling
that makes
asleep to that sound in my ear.
Yeah. yeah.
If you do, you're out, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Over that.
Yeah, I'm doing. Are you guys running in-ears for that, or were you anyway? And that's where
Yeah,
you're getting the click
he
track.
had an
and-
in-ear.
Yeah.
Just one,
Only
yeah.
to me.
Okay, that's how we used to
Which
run
worked.
our show back in the day too, and that does work.
When it
Just have
worked,
the drummer.
it worked.
Yeah.
When it didn't, it didn't.
But also
Yes.
for my song, because so they were learning some of my original stuff to fill out time on gigs that we were playing. So when I would trigger my backing tracks, I don't have clicks for it. So it was like, you just have to follow me and do your best to like lock in. The first time it went great. The first time we played it, like we were locked in.
written all over it, dude.
Second time there were like 3 false starts, and I was just like,
Yeah,
I want to be
no.
done, but I can't quit. And so we trudged through the last couple songs, but I was just like,
Yeah.
that sucked. But thank God it's only their wives here watching us.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Plus,
It was the one time we're thankful that no one was there.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for
my
not
boss
showing
was
up.
there though, actually. So,
Oh yeah, you bombed in front of your boss. That's
Exactly,
rough.
yeah.
demoted.
We got a couple of
Get
good jobs.
Coincidentally, our new album is called Downsizing.
So going back to Tim though, when he walked in though, it's like it was nice to have someone who did their homework. It's like you came in, you knew the few songs that we were rehearsing.
Yeah,
right away.
bassists tend to
Like,
actually
really
like
well.
do things, actually work, and then everybody shits on them all the time.
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah,
like,
right.
Actually showing up with everything ready to go, schlepping gear.
Well, when I started picking up the bass, I want to learn it right. I don't want to be just this guitar player that
Yeah.
plays the bass. So I started diving into it. And
Right.
One guy said something that really stood out to me is like, if a guitar player hits the wrong note, who cares? They're never gonna fucking hear that. A bass player hits the wrong note. It's like that
It makes
off-key
everything else sounds like the wrong
I'm
note.
Damn it. I don't
See, that's
want
why
that
you got all the
response.
power as the bassist, though, because it just makes everybody else sound like they fucked up. You're like, no, I was playing the right thing. I don't know what these guys are
There
doing.
was a key change there.
Yeah, key change, dude. What are you guys actually running on backing tracks? So, I mean, was it just the bass and stuff? You guys got keys and shit?
It was
running on
just
backing
we were
tracks?
trying to keep it minimal because we were like, I don't want to be a backing track band, so we're like,
Yeah.
just the bass.
Because your guys' music is not like, it's just like,
Yeah,
It's not sampling,
guitars.
it's a rock band.
It's like
rock
there's
band,
there's
yeah.
maybe piano or something, but
Right,
I'm like, we're
right,
not going to
okay.
do that. Let's skip the piano. We'll just straight
We were
shoot.
just doing
Yeah.
it out of necessity. You
Right,
know,
okay.
like
Yeah.
we wanted to do the bare minimum of backtracking stuff just to fill out the sound
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we could have really gone and backtracked a second guitar and this and that, but we intentionally didn't.
Yeah.
And also time is a
That's true. An effort.
too,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. We're like bass tracks, yeah, we can lock those in real quick.
Yeah.
But then we were over it really quick too.
Yeah.
Tim's way cooler.
Oh, that's way better. Yeah.
He talks.
I have more
he says words. Like, it's
personality
great.
than a click clack.
Yeah.
Not
But
a lot, but
he-
it's a little bit more. It's a little.
He is expensive though.
Oh yeah.
Like 50 grand sign on just to have him
That's the
play.
bonus. Yeah.
A carton of Virginia Slims a week.
Indeed. A third dirty 30 and natty light. That'll get you there.
Just be careful, Tim. I hear about the AI bass players coming into the market.
Yeah, Andy knows.
Oh God!
No, don't get
Oh,
Andy
Don't
started.
get me started on AI.
This is a weekly topic.
It's a daily topic. Yeah. That's
What's
What's wrong with basketball legend Allen Iverson?
Anyway.
That's the one with the orange ball, right? Yeah.
I had a great follow-up question, but that just really threw me off there. Brian. I don't know.
Let me backtrack. There was Virginia Slims. There was a really expensive bass player.
Yeah.
There was a case of
Oh, you know what?
terrible
All right,
beer.
you know what it was? I was thinking, why is it acceptable to have like backing tracks, it's like when it's keyboards and shit, it's like totally acceptable, but when it's like guitars, why is it like super lame when it's guitars?
Dude, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Really
no,
don't
you're
know.
right. Yeah.
Because there's a million guitar players, and it's like, how
Yeah.
can you not find a guitar player?
Yeah.
Like the only reason why bass players exist is because there were too many guitars in the band.
That's what we just learned.
Yeah,
Apparently.
yeah. Unless you're, Geddy Lee or Les Claypool or something, where they're like, nope, this is my instrument. I chose this.
I mean, you just start
chose
calling
that
me
leg.
Timmy Lee.
Timmy Lee.
Lee,
Yeah. Well, didn't you have a very
You
long
don't
version
choose
of
the
your name?
bass life. The
Timothy
bass life
Claypool.
chooses you.
Like, yeah, Timothy Claypool, Geddy, something or other.
I like playing bass, but it's like you're saying, I'm like a guitar follower, not like a bass player. I'm a guitar follower. You know? You know what I mean? I'm doubling the guitar. Yeah.
The chord is G, so
Yeah.
I will play fret 3.
Actually like writing bass lines, like
Right.
I get that. Yeah.
yeah.
Overrated.
Indeed. Bass tone though, I love chasing bass tone, that's for sure, but I'll let somebody else play the bass if I can get away with not having to do it myself.
Dude, Timmy Comerford, that bass tone.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine
For
bass
sure.
tone,
Yeah.
especially on Evil Empire.
That's like a huge part of the whole tone. Like one of my things, me and my brother always joked around about, like the key to a great guitar tone is a great bass tone. It's like a lot of the time what you're actually hearing, that's not you make your guitar sound so great. It's the fucking actually the bass, So.
Whenever I was trying to chase guitar tone, I try to get that super bassy tone because you hear that bass in it. But
Yeah,
then
it's like
you hear it
it's
sound
not
bad.
actually get the guitars.
They're gonna cut all your bass out of a guitar,
Yeah.
and then you have the bass.
yeah.
The best instrument in the world.
Indeed, trying to make it all fit. But
Converted.
you guys don't have like super. It's not like metal guitars though. So like that's always the toughest thing when everything's like ultra fucking high gain and trying to like fit bass and guitars together in there, and it's just like, oh, it's just a bunch of fucking fuzz you can't hear. Like metal bands are particularly egregious with this like ultra fucking gain, and then it's like they're obsessed with these
Scooped
records. Like,
mids.
make it sound like this, and I'm like. You hear how there's not actually that much gain on this, and I don't know.
Going back to
It's
that
something you
Rage Against the
learn.
Machine thing was like Tom Morello, like he barely uses gain.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
playing a Strat.
Coniford's
like
got the rest of it. Uh-huh.
100%.
Mystery pedal that no one else.
Right.
It's a Sans amp.
Yes. For
what
real.
it is. Yeah, it's definitely
it's
what it
always
is.
a Sans
It's
amp.
always a Sans amp. I mean, that's the Geddy Lee thing and whatever. I mean, Sans amps fucking rule.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Dude, they work great on snare drums. Not even kidding.
You can do anything with them.
Run anything through a Sans amp. I can't remember what producer it is, but he was being interviewed about like, what's your favorite piece of gear?
Yeah,
what
Sans
would you
amp.
run in
There's
line
lots
with?
of guys.
And
It's
it
like
was constantly
every
Sans
single
amp.
thing goes through a Sans amp.
Sans amp.
I don't know what a Sans Am is, so.
Sans amp is
can't
a
comment.
bass
Like,
overdrive.
Trans Am, yeah.
We'll start a side conversation over here.
it's an amp without an amp. That's why it's Sans amp.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Got
a
some of
piece
the
of
finest
gear.
minds on the naming conventions of that
It's
one.
more than just a clever
What are we
name.
going to go with here, boys?
Shitty
Italian.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Sanzampe.
They got it was like a kind of early piece of like non-tube gear, you could say. They got super popular in like the 80s.
Okay, sure.
And like so many of the classic well, I don't know. Again, like Geddy Lee's bass tone is like notorious, but there's a million.
As
of
is
these
Betty
things.
Lee's for that matter. It's,
Geddy Lee,
Bonnie
the other under.
Quite impressive.
It's romanticized, outdated garbage.
No, they're not. They kick ass, actually.
Just like
Coming
Rush.
from the guy who records nothing over here.
I don't record.
Wait, the band
That's what I'm
nothing
saying.
or just doesn't do anything?
Doesn't do anything. So
Oh,
he's
there.
talking shit about Sans amp, but has no idea what the fuck he's talking
No,
about.
I know. I've
Seriously.
used Sans amp.
You're
I
the
don't
bass
like it.
player of this group, then, right? You're
Does all the work, but you know.
Maybe if
No
you had a Sans amp, brought it in here, it'd be a different fucking story. But so, are you the only gear nerd here, or are the rest of you guys all fucking gear nerded out too?
I'm probably the nerdiest in the gear
I'd say
department.
so,
But
yeah.
Tim likes buying stuff as much as I like buying stuff.
Well, yeah, there you
lot of
go.
money.
Well,
Or I would.
exactly. Right.
You've got a thing for every scenario. It's like, oh,
Yes.
you're missing this cable.
Yes.
You need this weird random connector.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
a man of my own heart. I love
have
love
four of
this.
those
Here.
pedals.
Same.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. How
His,
many tube screamers do you need? I got 8.
Yeah,
I have
Arrow
four.
tube screamer do you want?
It's only 4.
I don't have a ton of pedals though. That's never been my thing. I had to like limit myself because I knew And a couple years ago, I started going down that rabbit hole, and I know if I go down that rabbit hole, like every other guitarist, it will never stop. And
it's addicting.
It's so addicting because they're just at the right price point where you can buy one. It doesn't feel like you're dropping a ton of money.
Yeah.
You know, it's a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, you know, and the next thing
All of a sudden, you're out on the street corner sucking dick for the next pedal.
Seriously, man.
You got a Zam Zam.
And then you're like, yeah, but there's a $300 boutique version
Of
that's
the
made in
same
Sweden
thing.
that's got more switches and dials, so it must be better.
It's got a way
Shout out to
cooler
Dark Glass.
It's like got a painting on it or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Oh,
always
yeah.
like just like, oh, the chassis got like a centaur on it or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
like,
it was made in some dude's basement, covered
Exactly.
in goop,
Yeah.
and hand painted.
It must sound better.
Hey, the mojo's there.
I love those pedals that are like it does nothing. It
The
does
nothingizer?
nothing pedal. Yeah, like it
Just a
literally does
pass-through.
nothing, and you're gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, but the graphics cool.
But the graphics.
I think you just
cool,
bought
man.
one recently, didn't you, Andy? It was a compression pedal that you're like, it didn't really sound like anything.
Oh yeah, it's not that it didn't sound like anything. It's that it's just so transparent. It's the Earthquaker Devices,
There you go.
the Warden.
Okay.
And so it's an optical style compressor, so more like a rack compressor for
Sure.
like studio grade.
Yep.
And at first I didn't really hear what it was doing because most compression pedals really do that squashy, like country chicken picking heart attack thing. And this one was just
chicken, man.
like, it just like gently leveled everything out so things weren't super spiky.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
you turn it off, you realize it's gone. But when
Right.
it's on, it's not like an effect.
Right. Yeah.
It just kind of cleans up your tone a little bit.
Much like the Counting Crows, you don't know what you got till it's gone, my friend.
Cheers to that. Counting crows.
Who is that?
No, that's the original's like Joan Baez or one of the right.
I have no
I'm not
idea.
sure.
That's a cover. The Counting Crows version is a cover. Of
I don't know who
It's
sings
an
the
album,
original,
yeah.
though.
Don't know what you got till it's gone.
Don't you know what you got?
Yeah.
It's definitely a chick.
Pave
I feel
Paradise,
like.
put
Yeah.
up a parking lot or whatever.
Oh, that's Joni Mitchell.
Thank you. That was close. Some sort of Joan. You know?
It's not John Mayer. I swear that's John Mayer song.
No, it's
Cinderella.
Counting Crows.
Cinderella.
Yeah. Counting Crows covered it, but yes, Joni Mitchell. Thank you.
Resident historian also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you. I was
Would have been
close.
better
Like I
if
said.
Savage Garden did it.
Right.
Well, that's true of anything. I mean, you could make that statement of literally any
Cinderella
Fair
song.
enough.
Song and it's turned to gold.
Oh, Cinderella, not Counting Crows. Unless Counting Crows also did it.
Those are
I don't know.
very different bands.
They are very different.
I don't know.
Counting Crows is Mr. Jones and me.
Yeah.
They absolutely did this song. Apparently, Cinderella did as well.
This is a way different song. That can't be the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's possible.
It was
but
important to reference that though in the
Indeed.
middle of what we're doing.
It's always important to reference Cinderella whenever possible. You know, like
I
you
seen
know.
those guys once, and it was
Really?
they have way more hits than you would ever imagine.
Oh, really?
Every
Indeed.
song I knew, and I don't know. I have a sweet little spot in my heart for hair metal.
I did too. Fuck yeah, man. Oh yeah, for sure. There's a ton of great hair metal.
Give me a little
Yeah.
Scorpions. Give me a little LA
Yeah.
Guns.
Look at
Oh,
That's right in my
Scorpions,
wheelhouse
God.
right
Was
now.
that Uli
I
John
don't think
Roth?
I know any of
Is that
these.
Scorpions, dude? The guitar player?
yeah.
I couldn't
Uli
even
John
tell you.
Roth?
Wouldn't know it
Yeah.
if I heard it. I don't
Dude, his
it is,
guitars
I'm
are
pretty
freaking
Yeah.
nuts. You ever seen that thing?
No, I don't think
Look
so.
up his guitar. It's this crazy custom made thing. It probably has more than 24 frets even, but like he
Yeah, if you're
played
playing
some
in the Scorpions, you better have fucking more than 24 frets. Dude.
Yeah.
24 is not going to get it done, dude.
He did. So there was some festival. I think it was one of those European festivals, but Smashing Pumpkins was playing, and they brought Uli John Roth on stage for this song, like a non-album song. I think it was called Gossamer. It's like this 20-minute jam. But they had him come on. He'd never heard the song before. He just kind of like watched what Billy was doing and just kind of jumped in when he could.
Yeah.
And then when it was like time to jam out, and
Just
like
cuts loose.
he cuts loose, and it's like the wildest guitar solo that fits really well that I wasn't expecting. It's like, dude just knows what key he's in. And that always blows my mind when people can just walk in and like understand like musically, theory wise, what's happening to be able to just play over top of it. Like Phil, his songwriting is very like disciplined in the music theory because he was like in band and understands keys,
I'm a real nerd.
like
not a gear
like
nerd.
actual music writing instead of me who like
Yeah.
dropped D, learned how to play to Silverchair songs
Goddamn
when I was a
right.
kid.
Fuck yeah, man.
So his songwriting is trickier for me because it's a lot more deceptively difficult than I would expect it to be.
Yeah.
Because it's like toadies. You can just bop your head to it and it never feels weird. But when you get into it, it's like, oh, that's a 5/4 over a 4/4, but it matches back up and you don't realize it. So with him, it's been fun for me to play stuff that someone else wrote that is forcing me to like get out of my box.
Yeah, learn something new.
And play all these weird seventh chords and
Glad I
like
can challenge you, Andy.
yeah. Well, and it's because
I'm
it's
here.
like, you know how it's like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. The verse is 4 times of this, chorus is 4 times that.
Yeah.
With his stuff, it'll be like 2 of the first thing, which I'll call the theme. And then like the third pass will kind of be similar, but like
it modulates.
yeah, it modulates and like the chords are kind of out of order, but it still sounds and feels right.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to play it brainlessly, it's like, wait a minute. You go to G and it's like, no, I'm on some D7 minor augmented that's actually in the family of, so I guess it could be G. And I'm like, fuck.
It's a G. It's a G.
I'm like,
It's
I hate you and I love you.
technically
It's just a G,
yeah.
dude.
I got to keep it fun for
It's a
me.
G with all the
so.
wrong notes, dude. That's what you're-
Right, yeah.
It's a G. I'm just playing it wrong.
You can do that if you want.
It's my song. Play it like this. Who's some of your like songwriting influences? I could probably take a guess after hearing the.
Oh yeah,
these,
I'll start with not that one. You know? Yeah, I started with the Beatles. I'm a big Beatles fan.
Okay,
so
sure,
anything
yeah.
that kind of grew off the Beatles.
and that's right on to what we were talking about.
Yeah,
where they,
then
augment the verse and
maybe
that's-
like Weezer. Yeah, maybe.
that one-
Funny how that
that
all
one.
happened, though, because that was not intentional.
Yeah, that
And
wasn't-
it
not
didn't
planned.
Sound that way until we hit the studio, because we kind of went in like I figured out the drum parts for those songs that we recorded the night before we went into the studio.
Yeah, well, they're Weezer songs, dude.
And then
you
we
don't,
went in.
you don't need to figure out a drum part at all. dude.
But suddenly the songs just came out sounding even more inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they kind of shaped into themselves into that in the studio, which was interesting.
But I feel like it's important to indicate which era of Weezer
Oh,
you're
sure,
influenced
yeah.
by. Because the wildest thing is like, as much as he loves Weezer and there's a Weezer influence in our sound, dude doesn't know Blue or Pinkerton like at all,
Oh,
which
that's-
blows my
insane.
mind.
Blue is
Yeah.
the album
Yeah.
for Weezer.
That's what I
They're
hear.
both- those are my
I've heard
favorite.
Buddy Holly.
Haters will say Pinkerton as well, you know, like I love both those records, man. I'm a pretty big Weezer fan myself. I
Yeah,
like,
those
I like,
first two
they're
are
great,
fucking
yeah.
killer.
I like the new shit too. Like they get a lot of hate for some reason, but they've put out some killer
Yeah,
songs.
have you heard the
on them.
White Album?
I'm a huge fan of the White Album. I was
The
just
White
going to say
Album's
that.
good. That's so
Everyone
good.
makes fun of me for it.
Oh,
No,
it is,
I
it
really
is
like
brilliant. Yeah.
what's the one? It's got the painting on the cover, like the monster.
Maladroit?
No,
it's
it's like everything
that's-
will be all right.
Yes.
I didn't like
Oh,
that
I
one.
loved that album. I thought there was great songs on that.
Yeah, that
album,
one's great,
dude.
too.
Yeah, it's some killer shit there.
Yeah.
But those guys again, they can just
Yeah.
write songs. Like not everything's gonna be like they're just
Dude, and like
silly rock
Rivers
songs,
for
dude, you know?
fun, like is like the way that he practices and plays fun guitar by himself is
Yeah.
like playing Bach and Beethoven, trying to learn those scores. And I'm just like, you would never think that, be like, you're the guy that wrote Pork and Beans.
He's a smart dude.
He really is.
Didn't he?
Harvard
he went to
graduate.
did all that.
Yeah, he had like a mental breakdown after
Yeah.
Pinkerton. He like went and did Harvard
Yeah.
and then lost that what was it, the Mark IV Mesa Boogie amp that he used on the first Blue
Oh, he
album.
lost it.
It disappeared in like a storage unit and they've never been able to
How
find
do you
it.
know this?
And then,
Plug for Chris Mara. Welcome to 1979 Studios in Tennessee. He does a thing called Tape Camp. And basically it's like a
he
weekend.
stole the amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weekend thing where like producers and engineers, nerdy stuff, go and learn about analog recording and different recording stuff. Panelists, people speaking. But the cool thing, the Saturday evening main event thing, is they always bring in a producer or engineer that worked on huge albums.
Right.
So the year that I went, it was the dude that engineered the Blue album.
Okay.
And what you do is you go in there and you listen to the whole album front to back, everybody in the room, dead silent. And then when you get done, you get to ask a bunch of questions to the guy that recorded it. So like I got to hear all these super cool stories about recording the Blue album.
What was his
and,
name? Do you know? Do you remember?
I'm drawing Chris Shaw. Chris Shaw is the guy.
That sounds right.
That's a pretty
sounds about
dope
right.
way to do it, though. Like, go through the album, have that context fresh in mind, and then just get to pepper the dude with questions.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty killer
Like
idea.
like a stupid factoid from the Blue album is Rivers was super adamant about, I don't want any reverb on the drums. I want dry as fuck drums. I don't want any affected, like I want it to be dry and tight. And Chris had to like beg with him to put some reverb on one tiny part of that record. Can you guess which part of that record has reverb?
No, I have no idea.
On the drums specifically. It is the very beginning of the Sweater song.
Oh, okay.
Cha-cha-doom. He's like, that one part just needs a little bit of room vibe to it.
Yeah.
And he had to fight to get that little bit of reverb on the record. And I was like, that's so nerdy, but so cool.
I've listened to interviews with Joe Barresi talking about recording Pinkerton because everybody's so
Oh,
fucking...
evil Joe Barresi?
Yeah, all the fucking, you know...
He did a ton of stuff with Tool, right?
He's done fucking everything, dude.
Yeah.
But he famously did Pinkerton. And,
Okay. That
you know,
sounds silly.
everybody's so like when you're a super Weezer nerd, it's like Pinkerton's the fucking like, you know, the whatever. And so he's talking about that same kind of shit, like how the shit he did on all the drums and that, and like they did the old run it through the PA, all those kind of weird tricks and shit and whatever. So
I can't wait to listen to Pinkerton someday.
It seems like every band
I keep putting it off.
all three
At this point, I'm never gonna.
talk
But
about music to him because he's never heard literally anything.
You got to ride it out at this point.
Yeah,
You've
exactly.
gone this
You
long.
can't
Just
do
stick
it.
on the
It's
wave.
very upsetting for
Only
me
ever heard the-
personally
yeah, I'm
to
sorry.
hear this.
like
The
Yeah, he
Wildlife
hasn't
Goes
heard.
Good Life.
I've never seen the movie Armageddon for the same reason, which was just like, you know,
love that movie.
so and I kind of refuse to watch it now. It's just like a thing where it's like
One
I'm
of the
never gonna watch
greatest classic cheesy movies of
Yeah,
all
it is,
time,
yeah.
dude. It is just the epitome of a summer lame ass block. Oh man, dude. Oh,
But
no,
will
thoroughly
you
inappropriate.
Never
listen
watching
to the
it.
soundtrack though?
Oh, most definitely.
On that road.
Yeah, Aerosmith, right?
Yeah, man. How can you say no?
I'm more of a dude looks like a lady kind of guy.
yeah. What about Fountains of Wayne? You a Fountains of Wayne fan?
Yeah,
'Cause it reminds me of that too, which is pretty much another.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into like the power pop stuff. I mean, do you guys know Mike Viola?
No, I don't.
I don't know. He's
Yeah.
a big power pop scene guy. Yeah, you like Mike Viola? Perfect. Yeah, I'm really into him.
That's enough to continue with
That's
this
enough
bit.
to continue. Yeah. Love that guy.
Nope.
So Adam Schlesinger,
Yeah.
did I say that right? Yeah, he did
Yeah.
Fountains of Wayne. So they're all kind of related. So.
Yeah. Adam
I-
Schlesinger produced like a million other
Yeah,
bands and shit.
I've only
too.
listened to like 6 Fountains of Wayne songs, but I loved them. They're really good. So.
Yeah, that's crazy to me because that's the first thing I thought of listening
Really?
to is it sounds like Fountains of Wayne.
Nice, yeah. I've kind of lived in like a music bubble. Like I found like, the stuff I liked and then I just like shut off for like 10 years.
Nice.
And then I decided, I'm going to make a band. So I have to get like back into it.
Yeah.
So
I do have a
it's been
genre
rough.
question for you guys. Would you guys consider yourselves Midwest emo?
Nope. We do not deserve that title.
I guess Andy doesn't like it, so we can't do that.
No, I'm a nerd about genres
Midwest
also.
emo is
And
way more like screamy. Like
Kid Brother
screamo.
Collective is
Yeah.
Midwest emo.
Yeah, I know Kid Brother Collective.
Fuck yeah, you do.
I mean, I've got a Midwest
Yeah.
emo song we haven't played yet, so maybe
Nice.
maybe we'll change.
No, Midwest emo, man. That's like even if they're not all from the Midwest, that's like Texas is the Reason. Braid, Kid Brother Collective is a great one.
I would say
American
like modern
football.
baseball.
Yeah.
Modern baseball, yeah.
God, some stupid fucking names.
That was the thing. Sunday's Best. That's another
Yeah.
great one.
Chad, what genre is microwave?
Oh man, they're a tough one to put in
I
a
don't know.
box.
Maybe that's
too.
Midwest emo.
Microwave.
They're like an
Yeah.
indie rock band.
Okay.
That's a great band name there.
Yeah.
That's a sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
those
taken,
guys either.
It's
but-
good.
Just this object. What are we gonna call ourselves? Microwave.
Microwave, dude.
I mean, when people ask, I just say it's like mid-career Weezer with some raconteurs, but ultimately pop rock that feels good.
We're pop rock, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like more than anything.
Very
I'd say.
palatable, not
It's fun.
dangerous.
It's fun music.
Your parents and kids can listen to it in the car without worrying about F-bombs.
There's
Nice
also
low
like
barrier of entry.
Well, yeah, there is an F.
There is an F-bomb if you'll actually sing
Oh
Ooh,
man,
bad boy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Bad boy.
it. Bad boy.
we got an explicit
G13.
sign on that
Gonna
one.
get canceled on that.
We'll beep it out.
You got the radio. You got the radio edit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Can't play that one in the classroom, boys. That's
Sorry,
where all
Chad.
of our plays come from. So,
Yeah. First graders.
yeah, man. No, me playing them and forcing.
Yeah, we're going to the computer lab. Everyone click reload on
Do
this
you guys
video.
know whose song this is? Do you know whose song this is? It's your teacher. Listen to it now.
I rule.
Make sure you put comments in.
All right, kids, we are not doing
I don't
AutoCAD
like
today.
this. I don't think this is good.
Everyone with a computer, open up your Spotify and listen to the same song. The entire
Bruno
class.
Mars?
You don't know what's good. You're an idiot.
Keep making
My daddy
shoes.
says this is just shitty Weezer.
Your dad doesn't know genres.
Shitty Weezer could play with the shitty Beatles.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, you definitely should rebrand as Shitty Weezer.
Shitty weasels.
That works too. That's good too. So you guys got the
Nice.
3 singles recorded, and now I mean you got like obviously you're playing tonight. You got a full set of originals in. And
Do we just play those 3 over and
Right,
over?
right,
Yeah.
indeed. I mean, what you got?
I mean, we're doing 8 songs today.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
cover.
one of them's a cover. Yeah.
okay.
So yeah,
a
we're-
Weezer cover.
Yeah, Weezer cover. Yeah, we're actually purposely avoiding Weezer covers. You know.
Yeah,
We're doing the
for
Greta
sure.
Von Fleet thing where we never talk about our influence.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You got to axe all the Weezer stuff.
Yeah, we're not. It's not Weezer at all, dude. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, or one cover's a Panic at the Disco song.
It is Panic at the Disco.
That's
yeah.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like some
Super Soaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, super so.
Yeah, Super Soaker.
It's off his most recent record just before he retired that he recorded with Mike Viola, making a callback.
Oh, okay.
So actually, our shirt, I know Brian's seen them. Our Super Soaker shirt
I did
is
see- I
actually
saw that
stemming
too.
from an inside joke because the song is called Sugar Soaker, and I think we had accidentally called it
No,
Super Soaker.
I just keep saying Super Soaker to screw him up while he's singing.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
when I
That's
hear
a good
Sugar
time.
Soaker, I was like, it just sounds like Super
so
Soaker.
then, like the next day,
Should have went Super Soak.
Tim sends us a design of a Super Soaker shirt. And we're like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
perfect.
bring back the super. You guys should sell Super Soakers
brought
as
them.
your
Yeah.
merch.
Have you seen the new ones?
Yeah. No,
They suck, dude.
I want
they
the classic,
look so dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
blocky.
That
looking-
original Super
Yes.
Soaker 100 with
That
that
is our
octagonal
shirt,
tank,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
That
That
is the
thing was a
shirt.
game
I had
changer.
250s. I had the 100.
The
we had the one
backpack.
yeah,
the
look at
backpack.
that thing on the top. That looks so dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
screw that.
That's not cool.
Come on.
Search Super
Like,
Soaker
how are you supposed to put gasoline
neon
in that?
yellow.
That was like the
Get that ammonia in
frontiersmen
there.
rolling through the Midwest with muskets going against bows and
Seriously.
arrows. It was just game over at that
Yeah.
point, boys. Game over.
Soaking your neighbor's cat with fucking ammonia. Or
That's the one.
That's it right there,
Yes,
baby.
the
Hell
old
yeah.
XP50.
Why change that?
Then they came out with the
Don't
2
fix
or
it.
the 250
Yeah.
with the handle, the lever on top, and
And
a
two-
massive tank in the
Two
back.
things on the back, like the air
Yeah.
tank things on the back.
Oh,
There's like
man.
two of them.
This is some Mad
Fuck
Max
yeah,
shit
dude.
going
You're
on
really
here.
Did some damage to those back in the day.
Pump them up until you start.
Oh yeah, until they
Yeah.
break. You just pump them up till they break.
The Super Soaker water balloons where you squeeze them and drop them in there when they were reusable. They were like that.
wow.
Yeah, the
I mean, I had an arsenal, boys. I was young
Indeed.
Michigan militia when it came to squirt gun fights.
I have
was
this one
fucking
at
cool.
home. I have this one at
Is
home.
that the Temu version? What is
Yeah,
this?
it's from Temu, and it has
Is
a
it
battery
really?
in it. Yeah, it has a battery in it, and it
Nailed it.
shoots water. But it's exactly a
that looks
replica of a
very
Glock
dangerous.
17.
Indeed.
I don't like that.
Clock 17.
Wow.
I don't know. It's a little. I have a pink one too.
Nice.
B-Dub's gonna get inadvertently off by the po-pos using that thing out in
Yeah,
the
I
yard one day
pulled
for
him
sure.
out to like play squirt guns with the 2-year-old, and my girl, she's like, no, she's like, put those away. I'm like, but it's pink.
Local podcast producer shot by police.
You can 3D print a gun in any color.
Oh, okay.
They got filament for that.
Yeah, but you can also make it look like anything. You know, you could add wings to it or something.
Right.
What's that movie? That fucking rock and roll movie where they do that, where they take over the radio station with squirt guns.
Airheads.
Jesus Christ.
That's the whole plot of that
I'd
movie.
like a
It's
PRS with dragon inlays, a naked picture of B.
Yeah.
Arthur, and a football helmet filled with cottage cheese.
That's right, yeah. That's a fucking great movie, man. I'm gonna have to pull that one back up. It's been a minute.
Sounds like Pips farting on a snare drum.
Yeah. It's like, put the monster away. He's naked. And he's got the fucking, it's Adam Sandler, and he's got the beanie cap over his junk. Fucking walks.
Is Buscemi the third? It's
Yeah,
Brandon
it's the
Fraser,
Brandon
bassist.
Fraser,
Sandler,
Steve
and
Buscemi, and
Adam
What
What a
Sandler.
trifecta.
The Lone Rangers.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
immortalize Lone Ranger. Well, there's 3 of us.
It's a classic line from that movie about Geddy Lee and God, though, too.
Yeah. No.
Trick question. question. Getty.
It's not Geddy Lee. It's
Lemmy.
Lemmy
Kilmister, yeah.
Yeah.
Trick question. Lemmy is God.
Now is before Brendan Fraser turned into the whale.
That's true.
It was the who'd you side with in the when David Lee Roth quit Van Halen or whatever. That was the other question that gave you cred.
Was it before or after Encino Man though? Because that's still his best role in
It
my
was
opinion.
after.
I think it was
Man was
after, yeah.
glorious. I think that
Love
was
Encino
Brendan
Man.
Fraser's first role. Yeah, I'm a huge Holly
That was
so
Polly
good.
Shore honk. dude.
Yeah.
Love
Betty
me some Pete
Nubs.
Shore.
Yeah.
That's a staggering amount of Airheads knowledge in a very short period of time. You guys really know your
It's a
Airheads.
good fucking movie, man.
Resident historian.
Michael
I'm telling you.
Richards.
It's been a hot minute since I've
Kramer is like it's
fucking
like
Jeff.
the Die Hard subplot, but it's Kramer. He's in the air ducts and shit. It's like
Oh
kind
my
of like it's supposed to be
God.
like Die Hard, but it's like
Yeah.
fucking Kramer like crawling around the air ducts
that's
trying to stop shit or
Jesus.
whatever. Yeah, it's classic shit, man.
Tuesday's practice is canceled.
Yeah, that's why.
We're watching Airheads on your projector.
Yep. Yeah, we can do that.
So good, dude.
That's
It's
time well
way
spent.
better
Yeah,
than
it really
Action.
is. Draw influence from that.
You guys will be so much better after watching that movie than actually anything practice could do for you, dude.
But that'll cause me to have to turn my couch back onto the floor. My love seat couch thing is currently on its side, acting as an isolation booth for the
Oh
amps.
yeah, you got to do that, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
do what you got to do.
That's pretty
man.
standard.
It's a vocal
Yeah.
booth, dude.
Yeah.
A couch vocal booth. Dude.
Yeah. So we'll have to put that back on the ground so we can all watch Airheads.
It's all
Like
good.
sleeping bag.
So,
You know,
sit on the floor.
we do take all of our band pictures on that rug. We can just sit on it, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Just chill.
You have to stand and practice scales while you watch Airhead.
Do I have to practice scales?
No.
Yes.
We can get you a practice pad so you can go.
Nope. We're gonna get him a fully chromatic Terry Bozzio
Yes,
drum kit.
That's what.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you never seen that?
Terry
Pull up
Bozzio
Terry
is,
Bozzio's drum kit. With
He played for Frank Zappa for a number of years, and his drum kit is gigantic, and he has a set of toms, like 20 different tom drums
They're
that are all tuned
to a note.
chromatically like a keyboard.
22?
Multiple, enough for
Yeah,
3
it's
layers worth
insane.
of toms to tune them
that's
to
like
notes.
what he does. He's like, he's just like a solo drummer guy now, basically. I think he's done like
There you
solo
go. Oh,
shit lately.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
All of
I've
that to
seen
play
this.
that Yellow Snow song.
Yeah.
There's an awesome YouTube video that is a time lapse of them at DW setting this
Yeah.
thing up and building it, and you can see the sun clearly like rising and setting across the thing, but it's
that does
wild.
look like I would have the best time ever. Like I might never return.
You probably sit down and be like, what do I do?
And like honestly, I'm curious what the hell all the foot pedals are really controlling.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out
There's
first.
a
I'm
bunch,
like,
bunch of
kick
hi-hats?
drums and shit. Yes, there's hi-hats, and then there's like all that you can't see in this
Extra
angle,
kick
but there's
drums? Okay.
Kick drums all out here. And
See, the
everything.
move is you've got to get that set up and then just play Weezer covers.
Show up to the deck tonight, you know?
Yeah,
And
Weezer and
there's 3
AC/DC.
times the size of the stage you guys are going to be on tonight, man.
But dude, if you play every Weezer cover in key on the drums, that'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
That's a baller move.
No one's done that.
That's a big swing and dick move for sure.
Honestly, the biggest swing and dick move of Weezer ever. And the fact that I just started a sentence that way is great in and of itself.
Yes.
But they're playing a show and like somebody throws a frisbee on stage and without missing a beat, the drummer catches it, throws it, and keeps playing.
Nice.
And it's like
Yeah.
the coolest, like smoothest thing
That's
ever.
a good look. That's a good
Someone
look.
bring a frisbee tonight.
I got one. Yeah, I got it. It's battle. It says
go.
Battle of the Bands on it. Do you guys remember the era of Weezer where dude fucking wasn't playing the drums and he was playing guitar and they had Josh Freese
nice pull
on
beat, dude.
drums? You guys remember this?
No,
There's,
poor
like,
Josh.
there's like a 2-year era where the drummer Pat from Weezer plays
Here it comes.
guitar.
He's going to catch that
I
frisbee
love
in a
they got this
second.
drum cam too. I mean, to be fair, he's not doing a whole lot.
No, he's not, but where is it? There it is.
There it is. Nice. With the teeth.
Well played. That's well played.
But even so, to catch it while playing.
Well, I'm gonna do that, Ross. Let's set this up right now. So I'm gonna play our one song where I play like a 3-minute blast beat, and we got one of those. And then I'm gonna have you just launch like 2 frisbees at me, and I'm.
They
You
both
don't
hit
know
you in the
how, but I'm
nose.
gonna
You're
keep
bleeding
playing the
profusely.
snare.
gotta smack him out of there. I just saw one where a dog goes up to the drummer and tries to take the drumstick from the drummer. Did you guys see this shit? No. It's super funny. It's just like it's like some cover band or whatever. It's like some like outdoor thing, and like this like chocolate lab gets on stage and just wants the fucking stick from the guy. So the drummer kind of grabs like an extra stick he has, gives to the dog. Dog super hats, goes off and just lays down on stage, and fucking noshing on the stage.
That's hilarious.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
The people had to love that move for sure.
But anyway, yeah, there was this era where here we go.
Where
This podcast is just us watching YouTube videos together.
Well, it basically is. It's like, he's so happy.
That is a happy dog.
All the time, like a
Everyone's cheering
wedding or
for the
something.
dog.
You know, that is a perfect fetch stick. I never thought about that for
It's like,
drumsticks.
fuck yeah.
This is great.
Loving it.
So I'm trying to get to this Josh Freese thing here because
Yeah.
Josh Freese played for Weezer for like 2 years, which is very bizarre. Pat played guitar. Rivers wasn't playing guitar and was just singing.
No, it wasn't Josh. It was Dave Elitch.
I think he might have too, but definitely Josh Freese was playing.
Okay.
For that.
Okay.
I
But
did not know about this.
yeah, it was a bizarre. And then on that record, the next record, they're like making fun of it. There's like a line in the song that's like, maybe I should play the lead guitar and Pat should play the drums.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what they're referencing is this like bizarre era of like Rivers being like out front with like a cordless mic, like pop guy style.
That's gotta be.
Oh, it's wild.
It'd be bizarre to see.
That's a yeah.
Wait, so Pat was playing guitar so that Rivers could be a non-guitar front
Correct.
person.
Correct.
Dude, I saw
This
Smashing
happened.
Pumpkins
Yeah.
a couple years ago, and Billy did the same thing. He like did the just microphone
Yeah.
thing, and I was like, this is awkward.
Well, if you're doing that, but it's like you gotta like have the drummer is like the it was a bizarre time.
Yeah, that's
And I
strange.
mean,
Well, scratch that idea. I had that. That was the books. That was ready.
you're like just trying to get out from behind the guitar.
Yeah.
No, you're like dreams are crushed.
Yeah,
like, fuck.
but then there's people that go the other
Justin
direction.
Bieber, man. After I wanted to.
That's exactly right.
But then you got people that go the other direction, like Deftones, where Chino was essentially a only microphone person. This is weird that we're calling it that.
Starts playing guitar and everybody's like, dude, put the guitar.
Well, he always played guitar, but he never played in the band. And then he started like now in the set, there's a handful of songs where he plays guitar, and
I see
both are
Feldman
cool.
Last summer.
Nice.
Oh man,
Definitely.
oh my god,
He's entertaining.
So
Dude,
good.
some of those Corey Feldman videos.
so cringy.
Oh my god. It might be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Like 15 rows back, dead center, so I can
Wow.
see it good. And I was just like,
Was it with Limp Bizkit and stuff? Because they were touring. Yeah, there was that package.
So
tour.
good.
Seeing Feldman at Pine Knob's a big swing. That's a nice notch in the armor for
I
sure.
really don't want, but you do.
Wasn't he really surprised by all the like negative criticism? Yeah,
It's like, is that
That's
real? Is he
hilarious.
just trolling? Like, is it all
no.
a big troll?
No,
Like-
Hollywood no self-awareness.
He seems woefully unaware of
Like-
all things him.
And I don't know what it's like to be these people, so I should be careful how
I
heavily
mean,
I
he's got
tread.
the fan
but
on his hair, though. That counts, like, right? You don't need. Yeah,
he's got
I mean,
the
this shit
faces.
rules. Let's get right down to brass tacks
I
here.
can
This
just
is
tell by
There's no
watching
way
he's
he's
not
actually
actually
playing.
playing anything. You can just watch
the way
it.
Feldman
Yeah.
playing
Well,
Wish
yeah, you
right
can
now.
make noise. That doesn't constitute playing.
Well,
something,
and that's why he's not a bass player.
exactly.
Feldman's simply at a different speed than you, my friend. Musically, he is.
That's fair.
And when it's
One of
playing,
those
he
jazz
does
time.
kind of look like Steve Vai.
I was going to say that too. He looks exactly like Steve Vai. so,
With
I mean,
enough washed out, poorly
Yeah.
exposed video, kind of looks like Steve Vai with the sound down, obviously.
Dude, he should just like take Steve Vai songs and just put the soundtrack over him playing. Just be like, yeah, I'm fucking sweet.
And then it's that fucking video from the 80s or whatever, that movie from the 80s with the Karate Kid.
Yeah, it's the Crossroads.
Crossroads, thank you.
Not the Karate Kid.
No,
He plays guitar.
No, there's a fucking
the guitar
off.
with the Crossroads fucking kid.
Yeah, and like he puts Steve Vai to shame.
Yeah,
Supposedly,
which he
I mean,
would.
it's Steve Vai playing, but
They should
Ralph
have had
Macchio doing
They should
the.
have had him trained by Mr. Miyagi on the guitar.
Yeah, that would've been funny.
As well.
Really good.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Come on, you know Miyagi shreds.
And then have Steve Vai being trained by the competition dojo, whatever it is, the Cobra
dudes or
Kai.
whatever.
Yeah,
Shred Master Miyagi.
Indeed,
Instead of wax
indeed.
on myself, sweep up.
I feel a hit Netflix special coming on as we speak, boys.
So fucking
Cobra Vi.
Yep. It's a hit show. It's a hit show. Fucking trying to weasel my way into this shit here is Josh Freese just got fired from the
Really
Foo
wanna
Fighters.
go off on
That's what I'm trying to get to here.
Dude, I swear, Shane just turned 18. I'm putting my money on Shane is the drummer.
that
And
would
how do you
be-
fire Josh Freese for an 18-year-old? How do you tell Josh Freese that without being like,
apparently
we're
they
going
just
another
called
direction?
him and told him he was fired. Did you read the thing?
I read a statement. We've
Yeah.
decided to go in another direction,
Yeah.
which I've had that call before via email.
If they if it's fucking Taylor's kid, that's just gonna be bar follower. I'm sorry, I can't deal with that. That's just terrible. Nothing against that kid, but like that's just I'm not doing that.
I have few opinions. I feel like Dave Grohl peaked at Hot Ones, and I just haven't been too interested since then.
Yeah, I mean they haven't had great songs in a long time, but I'm a huge Josh Freese fan. So
Hell yeah.
like, you know, but he's touring right now with right behind you.
The Sasanta tour?
Yeah, which are you going?
They'll be here next week,
Yeah,
right?
We caught it. That's the poster from when I saw it the first time. But yeah, it's a week or two from now.
Oh yeah, I was at that
You
one
guys
too.
coming?
So good.
Dude, it was literally
I don't know what this
one
is.
of the best shows of
It's
all time.
so it's a Perfect Circle, Primus, and Pucifer. I don't know if I pronounce that
Pucifer is how I prefer to say, yeah.
All three of them at the same time on stage. So basically, each band plays two or
bands
three
at the same
songs,
time.
and they jump around.
Nice. Yeah, that's fun.
And it's so good.
It's amazing. It's really
and
amazing.
Yeah, sounds
and the last time through, it was Tim Alexander's last tour, essentially with Primus,
yeah.
the
And
original drummer from Primus.
Also, Josh Freese wasn't not
Not there, correct.
Like literally the night, the
It was
last
2
show was
days
like the-
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
That he gets called back, which I'm sure was pre-planned and everything, but it was like the last 2 shows of that tour were him not there because he had to go back and start rehearsals with Foo Fighters or whatever. And it was like, just so fucking crushing
Yeah.
because the last 3-4 times I've seen a Perfect Circle, he's not been there. I mean, he hasn't been with that band since back in 2000 or
Which
whenever
I
the-
hope
the
Josh
OG
is there
shit.
next week,
He is.
'cause
He is.
he
That's
is?
what- yeah, that's the,
Okay, fuck yeah.
This was all like, yeah, because obviously fucking Foo Fighters.
But
not
who
been
did they
doing
fly
anything.
in for that? Was it the?
So
was it,
they didn't fly in anybody. The dude who drums for Pucifer, whose name escapes me right now, just also played the Perfect Circle songs.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can't think. He's kind of a dopey dude. He's okay. He's an okay drummer.
I'm gonna give a
I'm
shout
sorry,
out.
I got a thing about drummers who look dopey playing. You know, if you look dopey, I can't deal.
Chad
I'm like,
doesn't look dope.
But when you're in Pucifer, the whole thing is performance dopey.
well.
Gumpy.
So
It,
it's part of
it
it.
works okay for Pucifer. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm gonna do a shout out though to Dave Gaumé. He's the front of house engineer for Pucifer and A Perfect Circle.
okay, cool.
And he invited me down to the show, and so I hung out with him and asked all sorts of questions about what he's running. And he was like, "Guess how many lines we have running for just my setup, not Primus?" And I was like, 100. He was like, "For the drums?" I was like, "Holy shit!"
Really?
Like just a ridiculous amount of lines to
Damn.
run that show. But
mean,
the
it's
production
3
is so
kids.
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
And so it was just so cool because that's a great gig for him to get. He does front of house for like Kansas City bands like Shiner and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But then he also does Garbage, and
Right.
he got flown in for Jimmy Eat World when they
Nice.
were with Manchester Orchestra a couple years ago.
Sick.
Just super nice guy and an incredible sound engineer.
Yeah, I love all those bands.
Yeah. And then
Jimmy
Greg
World.
Edwards from Failure is
he's been
playing
playing
with
with them for a long
A Perfect
time.
Circle and Pucifer.
Yeah.
And like
He's been in and out of both those acts for a while.
he's a fucking Swiss Army knife, man.
Well,
he
that's
is
why
so
he's got
good.
this gig.
Yeah,
right? It's 'cause
yeah.
he could like do whatever.
Yeah, that's Greg right there.
Yep. Yeah, huge fan. I got the Failure poster over there. Failure's one of my
Which one?
all-time favorite bands.
Same.
See, I need to know the band Pucifer. They're at practice. What are we going to call ourselves? Let's call ourselves Pussyfur.
It's all
Well, it's
all
a performance
joke,
art
you
thing.
know?
Yeah.
They
All
got
that came
started
from,
on the fucking
the Tim and Eric show or whatever. One of
the
those
show.
Bob Odenkirk.
No,
the
Mr.
old
Show with
Mr.
Bob
Show.
David.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
really?
the HBO deal
Oh.
back. in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
There's like a 5-second clip of Pucifer on that thing because they were all friends in the
Yeah.
LA Bay Area and whatever.
Comedy, performance art, bizarreness scene,
Yep. Yeah.
green jelly and all this shit.
Haven't seen Mr. Show.
It's
I've
they're
never
missing
really
out.
seen it either. I know
I've
what
only
it
seen
is. You know?
parts of it.
Missing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Comedic genius.
Yeah.
That's where Tenacious D got their start.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Like, 'cause they started on there. And
That
then-
sounds right.
They
then they
are
have a
on
TV
there.
show.
It's the same kind of shtick for sure. goddamn soak them in a little
And
bit.
everybody that's in the show, like the cast members, like been on SNL or movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Brian Posehn,
Voice.
Sarah Silverman.
David Cross and Maynard are like really good friends. That's what
Yep.
we're talking about here, and that's why it goes way back to all that same shit there. Like I saw fucking David Cross and Tool at Bonnaroo in 2008 or whatever, and David Cross was like on stage with him and shit, doing a bunch
Really?
of just like weird. And also Tom Morello came out that same year and did a huge solo.
Yeah, Tom and Adam Jones
Yeah,
used
they
to.
went to high school together. They
Yeah.
were in a
Oh, that's
band
awesome.
in Chicago together.
Yep.
And then they both moved out to LA kind of separately.
And then Green Jello was also that
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah,
So like
and that's
Adam
where Danny
Jones
Carey
and Danny Carey were in Green
playing in
Jello.
Green Jello. Yeah.
Maynard is actually the not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
yeah,
That's
for
Maynard
sure.
from Tool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely his biggest claim to fame.
Cadillac or something soon.
That could be. Yeah, that guy's still doing it.
Green Jelly, do you know what he does? He doesn't bring a band with him. He has
Local
a
band,
band,
yeah.
like a local
cool.
band,
Yes.
just become his band for that gig, which is
almost
would
was
totally do
in
it.
that at one point, but it didn't work out.
it's like we're gonna play the Bear song, the Adventures of Shit Man.
Oh my god. The world's first video only band is the greatest thing about them. And god, that album, that video album, whatever you want to call it, is the funniest low budget awesome thing
Yeah.
ever. If you've not seen the whole
The
thing,
dude that did all that
so worth
claymation
it.
shit is the guy that did like the Tool sober video.
Adam Jones, the
No,
guitar player
it's-
from
it's-
Tool.
It's not. He did those with that first Tool video, the sober video. Is I forget his name. It's Frank something. He was
Okay.
sort of like this underground LA artist dude of the same ilk, obviously friends. But he did like the Three Little Pigs video. That's the claymation shit. That's all this Frank dude. And then like Adam Jones was also doing film and sculpture and all that shit, which is
like
they
he
probably
was
all knew each
helping
other.
with that,
Yeah.
and he did film and sculpture, and
then
he was
and
also
then he
on
went-
Jurassic Park. Like
Yeah.
he did a lot of the animation on Jurassic
Predator,
Amazing.
Alien, like all these, like it was Stan. He was working for Stan Winston Studios or whatever. It was like, I mean, he wasn't like high up or nothing. He was just like a resident artist sculptor dude, right? And just 25-year-old sculptor dude. So like in Predator 2, where there's like all the alien skulls and shit. There's like two of them that are Adam Jones sculptures, like shit
I remember
like that. Yeah, you're like I'm pretty fucking nerding out here on my Tool knowledge. You know what I mean? So,
And then also like Ken Andrews was a film major.
Yeah.
like that's what he was going
he
into.
did the very first Tool video, which is like a video nobody's ever seen. It's only on this fucking DVD thing. It's like for whatever, one of the songs on the Opiate thing, and it's a pretty terrible low grain video, whatever. So this is much later, Adam Jones.
Yeah, this is
big
Schism,
budget,
right?
Yeah. So this is what came.
Or is this
of all
Schism
this.
or Parabola?
This is Schism. It could be. Yeah, either one. It doesn't matter. At a certain point, you just got to take acid to
Schism.
watch it. You know what I mean? All right, listen. Let's take a break, guys, because I am gonna pee my pants over here. So-
Just let it go, man.
Please do. It's fine.
That's why it's a yellow couch.
Can I get your water bottle actually real quick here?
Because Conan O'Brien needs a
B-Dub
friend.
would be the Matt Gorley.
Matt Gorley? Oh, okay.
I love Conan. I've never seen Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
No, it's his podcast. It's,
Oh, yeah.
I'm the Conan.
It's phenomenal.
He's the Sona.
So yes, Sona Movsesian. You're Conan. You're Sona.
I don't like this role thing. Ooh, it's my house, and I have music people over and talk about pedals for 6 hours. It's my show.
Shut up and tell jokes, Matt.
Quiet, Sona. All right, clack.
You know what? Why don't you clack the sound?
Yeah, Ross can do it.
the
All right, ready? Yes.
Breaking glass
It's
ceilings.
satisfying, isn't it?
No, it's not bad.
It's
It's not
shockingly
bad. Yeah,
enjoyable
yeah.
doing the clacker, yeah.
Well, buddy.
Yeah.
That was an epic power move.
Indeed. Got a real
Meaty
shadow pop.
clappers over there.
It's been approximately 1 week since we've seen each other, as per usual.
The math mostly checks out, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot happening in the
whole
world
lot
here
going on
lately. Yeah,
since then.
lots of Russia things, lots of
Some real hard-hitting stuff on the world stage going down right now.
something
yeah.
about a plane from Qatar or something. I don't know.
It's a real topsy-turvy society we're living in, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see if you can fill us in here on what's happening in the world.
Let's get right to it.
The Dangerville Podcast presents News of
Yes,
the World.
boys, that's right. That's right.
You ready for some hard-hitting facts here?
Gentlemen, first up on the docket, we've got a Diddy update. Diddy Watch 2025. Sean Diddy Combs brought Britney Spears to Cassie Ventura's 21st birthday party where he first kissed her. Yes, big thing coming out in the trial now.
Okay.
Cassie Ventura testified Thursday that Sean Diddy Combs brought Britney Spears to her 21st birthday celebration, where the fallen music mogul made his first move on the R&B singer.
Okay.
Unfortunately, neither woman was able to enjoy the party, as both were triggered by repeated references to the song "Hit Me Baby One More Time." Too soon.
Did you see this shit about, maybe you got it on here, but about this fucking shit that's coming out about Diddy's Tootsie Roll dick or whatever? Yeah. Like, you guys seen this? And
No.
So
The Fitty v. Diddy is
so fucking
very interesting.
Whatever. One of the the people accusing him of this fucked up stuff that he definitely did was like, his dick is the size of a Tootsie Roll. That's the literal quote, all right? And so 50 Cent is just fucking trolling P. Diddy right now, which is hilarious. But yeah, anyway.
Well, I guess
Tiny penis.
It's worth quantifying or qualifying which Tootsie Roll, the bite size or the
full
It was
size.
the bigger one. It was the bigger.
Okay,
bigger
so that's
Tootsie Roll.
all right.
That could still work.
But the thing is, there's a bigger one.
There's a lot of sizes of Tootsie
You know.
Rolls.
I was hoping for like micro penis status.
I think that's what
little
she
guys.
was alluding to. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's the popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we all love and know.
And then also, ironically, the vanilla flavored one, so it's actually white.
That's a thing.
Yeah, they have them. Yes, they do.
Sure.
Yeah,
There's the
like-
orange one.
Yeah, it's like orange sherbet flavored, and then there's a vanilla one.
Yeah.
But you were implying
Right.
that Diddy might have vanilla flavored.
He's got a white guy's dick.
I mean,
He hung out with,
a white guy's micro penis.
he
that
hung
is
out with
vanilla
Justin
flavored.
Bieber, so
Who coincidentally has the king size chocolate.
Parents
Really
of
packing
my
heat down
students,
south.
you can turn this off for a moment.
these are all adult jokes.
Yeah, all your first graders are going to be opening up the vanilla mini Tootsie Roll and like then just putting it back in the wrapper. Like maybe not.
All right, moving right along here. It's Wiener Wonderland. We can class this up a little bit, guys. Let's get our minds out of the gutter here. Wiener Wonderland. Hundreds of Dachshunds race to record in Hungary. Throngs of Dachshunds strutted their stubby stuff in Hungary on Thursday as they tried to fetch a record, crucial pun, for the country's biggest ever single breed dog walk. Yes. When asked if Wiener Wonderland was everything she hoped it would be, Cardi B replied, "Not exactly." Not exactly.
Worst episode ever.
Comic book guy.
I hope she's enjoying Stefan Diggs.
Cops caught playing crime bingo on duty.
Oh, yeah.
This is the hot one you sent over.
Yeah.
In Bozeman, Montana, 13 officers spent nearly 2 weeks in January playing bingo on the clock, including squares like execute a car search and beat the fire department to a scene. Yes. Time and tax dollars well spent, boys.
Steve Albini is from Bozeman, Montana.
But one just says butt ass naked.
Wait, yeah, I've got to say.
Oh wow.
Hold on, I gotta pause this.
Good.
Whenever you're ready with their beat up,
Sorry.
I'll go ahead and jump into the punchline here. The box proving most elusive to check off, beating diabetes instead of a black guy.
Honestly, I don't see this as being like that egregious. You know, I don't know.
In theory, it's not that bad, but if something's on the borderline and they're maybe trying to get that
so-
box
I mean, it's all
checked
fun and
off, it's a
games.
little
It's like-
problematic.
You know, it's fun and games to get you to do your work. It's gamifying work, right? But when
they're
it,
saying they could potentially make somebody or like charge somebody with something they
In
didn't
theory,
really
I mean,
do or
yeah.
something.
well, I
to,
mean,
like, try to-
if the reward is like free beers all night at the bar, I mean, they might arrest someone that doesn't deserve to get arrested.
Okay, all right,
So
all right, I see it. I see
you know, it might be a
Or,
bad
you know,
motivation.
donuts.
It might be a bad motivation.
Yeah.
Probably good-natured fun. They got a little blown out of proportion, but I also
Recover
don't know the
stolen
details.
vehicle.
I actually didn't do any real research on
No.
this news
I
story
like the
here, so I can
team
tell you.
member hit on by arrestee. That's That's an interesting one.
I really want explanation for butt ass naked.
I was
It just
really
says
wondering
butt
about
ass
that,
naked.
too.
Ronnie Dobbs.
That seems
somebody being
pretty
naked.
self-explanatory.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
that
you
seems
arrest
to be among
someone
the
who's-
least confusing of the squares in my
I mean,
estimation.
is it
isn't
you're going through your police duties day to day and you just so happen to be butt ass naked, like a Super Troopers thing? Or is this more
No,
like
it's
you
gotta be
arrest someone
arrest
who's
somebody,
butt ass
yeah, butt-ass
naked?
naked.
Yeah,
All right.
That
Yeah.
checks out.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
makes a lot of
it's the
sense.
things that they have had to arrest for and have encountered in the line of duty.
Okay, so
of all the people that have experienced whatever, put a mark.
Seems
on
like
your
it'd be a
bingo
lot
card.
easier in Florida to knock these out. You know what I mean?
Where was that from?
This is Florida, man.
Florida,
This
not
shit,
Florida.
you know,
Checks
like-
out.
Shout out Z93.
So great.
All right, boys, let's rein it back in here. Fans gush over Brendan Fraser's slimmed down physique.
Yeah.
Back to Brendan
Boy,
Fraser.
It always comes full circle back to Brendan Fraser on this podcast
Yep.
at the end of the day.
Yep.
A lot of Megadeth, a lot of Brendan Fraser. Just the high hard ones. All eyes gravitated towards Brendan Fraser's hot new bod as he attended the Skin Cancer Foundation's 2025 Champions for Change Gala in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brendan's secret for losing weight? A diet consisting mostly of fish. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Hey now.
Gold material, gentlemen.
or plankton.
Yeah, actually, I
was debating plankton, but no, fish is the move. I considered this at nauseum.
He looked at the stats, guys. He looked at the stats, and they eat more whales.
Yeah, y'all got school.
I did some user polling here. Got the focus groups in. All right, boys, and finally, in personal news, I recently played my first 18 holes of golf for the year. Pretty exciting stuff.
Got out there. Yeah. Got on
I didn't play great, and the ground was a bit of a struggle. I ended up losing more balls than Bruce Jenner. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your...
The Dangerville podcast presents
real topical
News
stuff
of
here
the
with
world.
the Bruce Jenner stuff.
Yeah,
really,
bring some bangers.
really on top of it there. So.
Serious things.
Well, this random PGA here fucking pulling up.
Right, Tim.
So we were able to, I guess, sort of the internet is abuzz right now that it is probably Taylor Hawkins' kid playing drums for the Foo Fighters.
Yep.
This is a breaking news.
Yeah, you heard it here first. It's probably not true at all.
We are wildly speculating these facts right now.
Apparently, the entire internet is. But
Where's the?
Yeah.
We did discuss this on the drive.
Dangerville podcast is certified for the distribution of misinformation. It's okay, guys. That's good.
Is the kid choice? Can he play? I have.
He's
absolutely
really
no
good.
idea. Is he
I'm
good?
sure.
I mean, he just turned 18. He is a very good drummer. I think he will be able to play Foo Fighters
I'm
stuff
sure he
just fine.
can.
It seems like a fucking cheese ball move. Ousting Freese for
I
him,
love
though,
it.
right?
Sorry, I'm sure he's
come
a
on.
good kid and a good drummer, but it's just like,
Yeah,
Keep it in the family.
there is a little bit of weirdness of like 18-year-old drummer with, it's going to feel like you're with your uncles, like you're watching your uncles in a cover band at this point.
Oh, this is uncomfortable watching this kid. He's a child.
And it's
Well,
like,
he is
but do you
here,
remember when
yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins did the same thing and they like got that drummer that won the Guitar Center drum off, the national drum off?
Vaguely, yeah.
And they had he's like a 20-year-old kid for
Right.
like 3 or 4 tour cycles or whatever.
Well, Van Halen with Wolfgang.
Yeah, I was
I mean,
He's an amazing musician.
He's amazing, but
Yeah.
I felt the same way with Van Halen. It's also because like Michael Anthony was totally fine. He was not dead. You know what I mean? So like, why are we hiring the 16-year-old kid of the guitar? It's like, I'm not
Because it
into
sells tickets, Ross. You know it.
Also, Shane is
into it.
probably
Does it?
significantly
No.
cheaper than
Doesn't
Josh
good music
Freese.
sell tickets?
Yeah,
Why did the Lakers draft Bronny? The same reason.
Yeah.
That's the one with the orange ball.
That.
The paper towels?
That's what I was thinking.
I don't think that's not a one-to-one with Van Halen, though.
I feel like that's a South Park episode waiting to happen. An NBA team,
The new episode of
replaces
South
someone with a
Park
paper
comes
towel
out
roll.
next month. I'm so excited. They're going hard on Diddy.
I'm sure.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
New South Park is a thrilling turn of events.
And
That's
Kanye
for
West is
sure.
coming back on South Park.
Oh,
I
God.
feel like they don't have enough episodes in a season to cover all the shit that has
Yeah.
happened since the
Right,
last
they
season.
can't.
Well, especially the last few. It's been like 6 episodes
like-
in 2-year spans, and then fucking around with some movie thing and
on and off, and like it's at the point where it's kind of like I'm happy they're doing anything and still making
this
it. 'Cause,
point,
like,
yeah.
they could definitely just be not, especially when they're like winning all the fucking awards doing the plays
Tonys
and all,
and whatnot, yeah.
whatever. Apparently they got some movie with Kendrick Lamar. You guys up on this?
I heard about this a while
the
back.
South Park dudes got some movie that I think is already like done, like in the can, like shot and everything. That's starring Kendrick Lamar, and I don't know. Apparently it's amazing. I would imagine it's going to be pretty fucking funny. Like, I don't think
you kind of got to give those guys the benefit of the doubt for the most part.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Again, they
They're
don't have
gonna
to
do the right
do
thing.
anything.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think they're going to do anything unless it's like, oh, we got something.
Right.
Like, this is fucking gold, you know? So.
What was it, the Oscars that they did a bunch of acid and dressed up like J-Lo and whoever?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's just
how do you top
so
that?
good,
Class
dude.
act.
So good.
Class act.
I didn't know until recently, actually, that they were on acid doing that.
Yeah.
I think I discovered that when we talked about. Yeah. The funniest part about it is
also,
they're
yes.
Very fucked up.
They keep just going, we're just so happy to be here. Like, no matter the question or whatever, they just like keep answering with this like stock answer.
Oh,
These guys
the Academy
rule
Awards.
at
Yeah.
ridiculous rate. It's so funny.
The
Come
J-Lo
on.
dress and
Yeah, but nowadays,
Sad
if,
Britney Spears.
if they did that, they'd just be like, "Oh, cool." But like back then, it was just a lot.
brave.
It was quite a bit different back then. That's all I'm saying.
They just keep going. We're just so happy to be here.
Maybe that's what was going on with Will Smith's son dressed as a haunted house. maybe that was
See,
his
these
deal.
guys set the trend. Everybody's trying to
Look,
He's got a joint in his hair too.
These guys know how to live their best life.
Seriously, I fucking love these guys.
I mean, think of how like breezy and cool and comfortable you are in those silk dresses.
The amount of fucks given by these guys is so negligible. It's not even on their radar.
Probably feel pretty good drumming in one of those.
Yeah,
Get a pretty good show.
especially if you
time to
had
shop.
like,
I said we got time to shop before the gig.
yeah, we can get you like one of those ones with like no straps on the top, so you have like full range of motion of your arms.
Yeah, that
Dude.
might be a good move, dude.
Let's make it happen. Let's go.
Oh shit! Should we plug the fact that we're playing a show and then this is going to be released weeks later and nobody can benefit from us talking about playing tonight?
See us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it'll be released definitely.
But at least
way
we can
too
say
later.
shout out to the DAC for having us because that is an excellent organization that supports a lot of local artists. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's right. That's a timeless statement that is not relegated
I
to
don't
2
know
weeks
any of them
later.
yet. I will meet them in a couple of hours, but
Yeah,
I will appreciate them very soon.
Yeah.
The DAC rules. Yeah.
I don't have an opinion yet, so I can't
Right, exactly.
jump on that. I might not like it there.
Are you guys like familiar with Grand Rapids? Like, who are you guys from here? Or
Yeah,
not?
I've
Or,
been to
like,
Grand Rapids a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Kalamazoo guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I lived there 10 years anyways.
Yeah. I lived there for 6, and he lived there.
Where
for,
are you guys actually coming from now? Are you on the
Frankenmuth.
Oh, you're from Frankenmuth. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was.
Which just could not be more random, by the way.
It really is. Well, the thing is out there, it's like we were just talking about. Someone the other day was asking, like, "Why don't you ever play in Frankenmuth?" And I was like, "Where?
The Christmas
Where
store,
do you
dude,
want
or
us to
whatever,
play?"
right?
There is nowhere. They all want one guy to play 3
Bronner's,
hours
dude.
of someone else's song. Yeah, we'll play Bronner's. We'll play a Christmas concert.
Yeah.
You know.
You can do
Oh,
it.
ton
Yeah, Grand Rapids, here we come.
Just show up there and just play fucking
Well, and
death
actually,
metal, dude.
that said, this might actually be timely when but we are playing in Frankenmuth at Colonel Benny's in, was it June or July? Whatever it is. There's
June
a
26th.
something.
Colonel
Yes.
Benny's.
Yeah,
Colonel
so it's a
Like a
local
chicken place or something.
it's kind of an eclectic
Kettle
store.
popcorn.
Kettle popcorn, signature cocktails, a couple of beers on draft, a craft beer store, a cigar store.
Oh, nice.
And then upstairs is the
That actually
House of
sounds pretty
Greta,
sweet.
where it's like a Greta Van Fleet official merchandise thing.
okay.
So it's this cool spot, and they're doing a fundraiser in the parking lot.
Colonel Benny's crucial pun there, just
Yeah,
picking up
okay.
on that. That's well played.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Yeah, there you go.
is Greta Van Fleet from Frankenmuth? Is that why you guys
Yes.
keep talking about that?
Greta Van Fleet is from Frankenmuth.
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
all right.
okay.
I was like,
And
why
then
do they
circle.
keep talking about this band all
We
the
think about them a lot. It's just it's nonstop.
And they're
Just
and
huge GVF fans, completely unrelated.
Their mother Karen is organizing the fundraiser that is happening at Colonel Benny's. So it's
All right,
kind
I
of
better not talk too
July
much shit then.
26th.
July. I thought it was July.
July, sorry.
Yeah. So the Wildlife is playing there in Frankenmuth.
In Frankenmuth, people.
To respond to all those people that are like, when are you going to play Frankenmuth? And then none of them show up when you play Frankenmuth.
That's Frankenmuth.
Oh, that's when the new season of You comes out on Netflix. I can't watch that because I'm really addicted to red flag men.
Jokes on them. We got a couple of red flags right here.
Indeed. That's actually a pretty good song title. Red Flag.
Red Flag Man.
Actually, I got a song called Red Flag. I just realized.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's about men.
It is about, it's not out yet. It's on a forthcoming album. It is about sort of the Johnny Depp trial, actually.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
It's totally generic, but it's also kind of like, yeah, sort of like that. It's kind
Inspired by
kind
it.
of funny.
Speaking of timely
What's going
stuff, for which you were breaking my balls earlier,
Yeah.
well played on your part.
I know, 3 years later, and the song's finally going to come out at some point. Yeah, there's a line in it that I had to change to like something missed the bet or something, but originally it was shit the bed because you know.
Yeah.
Really bringing it back full circle to the Johnny Depp trial here. Yeah, right. Indeed. Tool did it already too, so can't do that.
See, I'm writing a very topical song about Lorena Bobbitt right now.
Yeah, indeed.
Kerrigan's next.
Yes, thank you. Sadly, that ran through my head also.
Did that thing get sewed back on?
I believe so.
I thought she
Might have to
threw
look
it
that
out
up.
the window in a
I think
field.
they found it, dude.
They found it, sewed it back
reattached it?
on, had it once again operable, and he was working in the adult film industry.
Holy
shortly
shit.
thereafter, yes.
Okay, Ross, I'm not looking this up.
That is some mad.
Can we get that on the screen here?
I'm going off of Rick Darlin's Scott Kale Q knowledge circa like 94 right now, but
The Foo Fighters song
crazy.
"Give Me Stitches" is coming to mind right now for some reason.
I thought Phil wrote the song "Pocket Friend" about that.
Ooh.
That is one of the themes, yeah.
What was the dude's
Maybe that's
name
just a
though?
dream.
There's Lorena Bobbitt that did it. Who was the
John
John
Bobbitt.
John Bobbitt.
Right,
John
yeah,
Bobbitt.
yeah.
All right. Prepare yourselves.
Students,
NSFW.
avert your
What
eyes.
the shit?
All right, you can't pull this up, Brian. What the hell, dude?
This is official court document.
Was it cold? When
Get that off the screen, dude. Well, come on, man.
Are you gonna have to blur that for like the podcast release? Because that
that's
was
not gonna fly, dude.
Anybody else a little bit hard right now, by the way?
Honestly, it looks like I'm taking a blanket. So.
Yeah, it's the first image result when you search for John Bobbitt. All right,
You guys getting hungry?
Yeah.
I could go for some hot dogs.
Big bite.
Big bite. Yeah.
Having that be the first thing that comes up in your name is Google's pretty tough look.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
tough.
rough. That's rough.
hey, you made history.
Yep. Ticket to fame.
You're 15 minutes
What
for
year
sure.
was that? When did that happen?
94,
Like the early
gotta be
90s.
93,
It
94.
might. I think it was earlier than
Could be.
that, man.
It was early '90s.
Yeah, like 90
vaguely
I think it was
remember when that
pre-OJ
happened.
trial.
I'm so confused.
Really?
for sure. Pre-OJ,
happened.
absolutely pre-OJ.
Wow.
June 23rd, 1993 is when the
Okay.
penis was
Okay.
severed.
And the OJ trial was
OJ is before that. OJ is like 91 or something.
No,
The
bro.
OJ incident or the OJ
the
trial?
trial.
Trial would have been
What,
like
the-
96.
The beginning or the end? Because it's like a year and a half,
Well,
right?
let's go with the
Yeah.
beginning of the OJ trial.
The OJ thing.
95,
When was the
96.
Bronco on the highway? That's what,
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 95.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
So it
all right,
was
all
The
right.
trial
prior
was,
to.
The trial was 95.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Maybe-
yeah. So
maybe
OJ
inspired by it, we
overshadowed
don't know.
Bobbitt.
Yeah.
You could question or you could just rely on my superior knowledge
Indeed,
of most
of-
all things.
But- and
It
also
might be the-
for-
might be the
for,
way to go.
OJ was in
continuity.
the Bronco in 94.
When was the
you
Nancy
go.
Kerrigan incident at the Olympics?
That was even earlier, I think.
I think
Would that have been the
it's about the
94
same.
Olympics?
I bet that might have been
January 94.
Was it? Wow.
Tanya Harding and Nancy
Tanya
Kerrigan.
Harding, yeah.
January 94.
94, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
That was a wild time.
It was sandwiched right in between those.
Big news in the 90s was
Yeah.
so much different than
Yeah, I
big news
know,
now.
right?
Think how much better this segment could have been if I had all that material to work with. God, now.
Do it again.
But remember, like in the
I'm handcuffed
90s,
here, boys.
they bombed the World Trade Center, and everyone's like, "Oh, dang, that's crazy." There was a bomb at the Olympics in Atlanta, and everyone's like, "Wow, that's crazy," and then went right back the next day and opened up.
I forgot about that Atlantic Olympic bombing.
Yeah, that dude.
yeah.
with
Richards,
with
something,
the backpack
maybe?
and all that.
Yeah.
Shit.
But people just didn't care in the 90s. They were like, whatever.
It's grunge rock, man. 9 Inch Nails was popular. Like what, bunch of nihilists.
Manson was popular.
Yeah. Speaking of Manson, he was just here. Do you guys catch this shit? They fucking almost like burned down 20 Monroe or something.
Really? Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
like
about
they pumped in so much fog machine or something that the fire department had to come and shut the show down. This just happened like
Yeah,
2
did
weeks
sprinklers
ago.
go off?
Yeah, I think the whole
Yeah.
fucking
So like
deal.
wait, oxygen or something.
Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson played 20 Monroe.
I think so. I think it was
Yeah.
20 Monroe. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
That's a pretty
May
big play.
2nd.
No,
Yeah.
I love the venue,
Yeah.
but it's like at one point he was selling out way
yeah,
bigger.
20 years ago.
Yeah,
it was
who's
like-
listening to Marilyn
Nobody
Manson
is,
realistically?
Well, that's kind of what
Actually,
I'm saying.
the
That
record's
hat is a
pretty
little
solid.
questionable.
I like 20
Hey,
Monroe.
kinda
It's a great
rules
venue.
out loud.
Yeah. It's like almost like the St. Andrews of Grand Rapids, but not dilapidated.
Yeah, because it's brand new. It's only 5 years
20
old.
Monroe.
or something.
20 Monroe kind of sucks because the beers are super expensive.
Well, yeah.
Where aren't they?
And the
Any
bathrooms
concert
are,
bathrooms are
on the
upstairs,
second
and that
floor
is
upstairs.
brutal, dude.
That's
That's
tough.
tough.
Yeah,
That
that's
sucks.
brutal.
Otherwise,
Well,
the venue is beautiful and clean.
The bathrooms
It's good.
at St. Andrews are in the shelter, and they're.
Yeah.
If you've been in the bathrooms at St. Andrews, you know what I'm talking
Been a while. I
about.
saw some great shows there back
I
in
know
the
it's
day.
just the scheme and elevation in Grand Rapids are killing it right now. Those
Love the
the
pyramid
elevation
scheme.
is
Yeah.
the
Love that
elevation
place.
is a bigger pyramid scheme. It's
Yeah.
it's better.
It's awesome.
It's better.
Is that
They
the
go to a lot
little
of
one
shows
in?
That's where the best shows are in Grand
intersection?
Rapids right now.
Yeah.
Is the intersection
it's
still a
basement-
thing?
It's the basement of the intersection.
Yeah,
So
okay.
they shut down basically the main floor intersection and kind of messed around with it, and then the basement they redid into basically like a bigger
Two
pyramid
clubs
scheme.
down there. There's elevation and there's something else.
Do they do
The
shows
stash.
in the front still?
Is the
stash
stash
is up
there?
top.
The stash is like a
Yeah,
little
the
box
stash is in
room.
the front. That's what
Wait
you're
a minute,
talking
wait a
about.
To
minute.
the left of the bar when you walk in, right?
Yep, that's the smallest venue.
The stash
spot,
is
though.
upstairs and elevation is downstairs.
Elevation, yeah,
Nice.
That's some irony.
That's real good.
because it's a mustache,
Sure.
and then the elevation is
No, we
because you're
get it,
going in the
Brian.
basement getting high.
We get it,
dude. It's a
Wait, that still doesn't help. High should still be up and elevated.
I don't know.
I deny this logic.
It was the delicious irony.
That's where I'm going to leave it. I just no.
I know the Stash's logo is a mustache though, so
okay.
it's spelled like stash,
Yeah.
not stash.
Yeah.
Not stash.
Not a
get
stash
it.
spot.
We get it, Brian. We get it.
Chad, are those spelled the same?
You're asking the wrong guy. I just teach people how to spell it.
STACHE or
There's small words in
STASH.
first grade.
I saw the dude at the
letters.
stash last year. Jesus Christ. The guy from fucking
Electric Six.
nah, man, I really just fucking I've totally spaced on it. I was just thinking, when's the last time I was at the stash? And it's the fucking dude. He's out there doing the show with Danny Carey and those guys now. The fucking
I'm just gonna pass it.
The show with Danny Carey.
I know.
Someone
And Steve Vai. What's the thing going on right now with Danny Carey and Steve Vai?
Is Tosin Abasi in that?
What the hell?
It's not that thing.
It's King Crimson, but it's not King Crimson.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this.
Wait, wasn't Tosin Abasi part of that? The Animals as Leaders guy? He had a thing with Vi and whatever the King Crimson guy is.
Maybe.
Can't remember
No,
his
this
name.
is not
Adrian Ballou.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Okay.
so I'm thinking of a different Vi.
Adrian
Maybe it's
Ballou.
Satriani. I mixed those two guys up.
Adrian Ballou, I saw him at the stash. It was his 3-piece combo, and there was nobody there. There was like 12 people there. You know what I mean? So anyway, I really, just really ruined the whole flow of everything because I could not think of the fucking guy's name.
about again?
That was
How
your
the
stash
elevation is a
reference.
place that's low, but
Yeah,
high.
okay, back to that.
Yeah.
You know,
So we're working on a record.
really ruined the show there. I'm sorry. My memory. Are you actually working on a record, or was that bullshit?
No, yeah, we are.
are.
We're
continuous. Yeah.
we got some studio time in June. No, it's July. July 8th and 9th. We're doing 2 more songs.
Okay.
At a Reed Recording
Reed
Company.
Recording Company.
Is that
in Bay
also
City.
in Frankenmuth?
Yeah,
Bay
close. It's the Bay area of Frankenmuth.
Gotcha.
Yeah, same place we did the other songs.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Is that elevation?
This is elevation.
Yeah. That
Okay.
place is just.
That looks like it's
Yeah,
really
that does
high.
look like a mini pyramid scheme.
They basically built it to compete with Pyramid Scheme.
Well, that sucks because
It's
the pyramid
slightly
scheme
bigger.
rules.
Pyramid Scheme, whoever's booking there, does like they get such good bands in that place.
Nate
It's
Duro.
insane. Like
They
why-
work, man.
They
like-
got a new booking dude there this last year too,
Oh,
and
did they?
he's like killing it in
I
there.
feel like
yeah.
bands they always seem to like being there. Like you can just kind of tell, you know, like it's such a good sounding venue.
Yeah.
and it's a fun space. Like
Well,
I
our friend
don't know,
Rick,
it's hard to beat.
It's a
who's
cool
just on
spot
Rick
for
Johnson
sure.
does
It's
sound
great.
there.
Is that Rick Johnson?
Yeah,
I recorded
He's one of the
his
guys that does
he's
it.
their
yeah.
main song guy, but he also like tours with other acts. So like when he's not there, somebody else is obviously doing sound.
Yeah.
He's
But
like,
it's the fans, in my opinion, for Pyramid Scheme, because
Yeah.
people will go to Pyramid Scheme and go, I don't care what band's here.
People love that
And they
place.
will participate in the band, because if you're real passionate music fans, in my opinion, in Grand Rapids of the heavier music, typically go to Pyramid Scheme because the attitude and the vibe where everyone gets into the band, even if they don't like them, those are the people that like new music too. Typically,
amazing.
like it's not. Whereas a lot of the stuff
and
is
they
kind
got
of
pinball.
Yeah, that's great. If you don't like the band, you just go drink a beer and play pinball. It's great.
A Pyramid Scheme will get you drunk.
Having just that, like, sorry to do the vibe thing, but like just a spot with that cool of a vibe,
Yeah,
versus like the energy's
great.
fucking good, like
Pyramid
the people
Scheme
here
rules.
rule, and
Dude,
just suck.
Fantastic
Dallas.
Planet, start to
Too.
finish at Pyramid Scheme.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was fucking rad.
Yeah, I went
and
to
Hum
that.
played there
I
like
was
a
at
year
that
later.
show, yeah.
Jesus, that
I
was
got
so fucking good.
castigated by countless hipsters going to take a piss. They're like right in the middle of the fucking set, bro. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Really?
And they're in the bathroom
It's
too,
a lot.
like
Getting
giving
so
you
much-
shit while you're
No,
taking.
I was like trying because we were like reasonably up front. I'm
Yeah.
trying to
we
use
had
the
to
back.
get
I'm like,
back
I gotta
in,
take a
yeah,
piss. Or
yeah. Well, we saw
Like, fuck
Failure.
off,
You were
dude.
at the Failure show.
Yeah,
weren't you?
that was the show that I was
Did you go
talking
to
about.
that?
Okay, that was huge.
Yep.
I wish I would have came.
Fucking
It was-
awesome, dude.
It was,
Yeah, it was
very,
incredible.
very
I did
cool.
miss Shiner though. Just last.
Also
were at that
incredible.
too?
Yeah, that was fucking awesome too.
Well, I was gonna go because it got postponed like 3 times.
Yeah.
and so like, and then it ended up being on like a Sunday night.
Yeah.
and it was like shit weather.
Because the first
and I
time it was
just
because Paul got COVID. Second time was because of the wildfires. Josh lives out in LA, so
Okay.
like couldn't do it
Yeah.
then. And my buddy Jono, they were supposed to open for him in '84 Tigers.
Yeah.
And
when I got all
the
my
third
friends are in,
rescheduling, they couldn't make the
yeah.
third show. So
and
I was bummed for
Glassfield
that.
open too, and I got a couple friends in that band.
Yeah.
so it was like I wanted to go see them and just catch Shiner, of course, but it was just like it wasn't in the cards this last time, which sucked. But because it's not like you can see them that often, you know, like
Dude, and what was it? Mutoid Man opened for Shiner.
Yeah, I've seen Mutoid Man a couple times.
So
actually.
good.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
God,
man.
that's like Cave In and is it Ben Kohler on drums from Converge?
that adds up.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Steve Brodsky from Cave In and then Ben Kohler from Converge.
Yeah.
And then they've had a couple different bass players, but like just a ridiculously hilarious,
Yeah.
heavy, energetic. Like basically it's all of the heavy bullshit that didn't make it to Cave In because Caleb, when he was still alive, he was really the like rein it in, like knew what the vibe of Cave In needed to be. And so basically it was the stuff that didn't pass the Caleb sniff test, you know, rest in peace, Caleb.
Pour it out.
But
for Caleb.
so for real. Also dude with killer fucking bass tone. Like that dude can fucking play bass and hold it down and do killer backup vocals. Like that dude had a fucking scream. But yeah, Mutoid Man and Shiner, weird setup, but killer show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mutoid Man's played Pyramid Scheme many times. So yeah, I've seen him there at least twice, and I don't go to tons of shows there. You know, they're always opening for whoever. You know,
but it's like I feel like they all drink like 5 pots of coffee before they go on stage
yeah,
because they're all just like running around
jazzed
being
up.
weird.
Yeah.
Like it's so.
when
good.
I saw them, they had like neon guitars
Yeah.
and shit. Like, are they still doing all that?
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah.
I was watching some videos of like them backstage, just them whipping each other with belts, like for fun.
Converge had some videos like that back in the day too, where it's just like
how you get
You know, it's probably Ben
unhinged
Kohler.
backstage
It's
belt
probably
whipping.
Ben Kohler fucking leading that charge.
That's how you
Then.
get pumped for the show, man. You got to go out. And, you know.
You guys,
We tried.
Yeah, are you guys going to
once
do
back in
that
the day.
tonight?
Yeah,
At the
Tim's the belt whipper.
No,
it's the
Ben has
bassist.
done that.
Please play it.
Shoes is- we're done.
the all ages show tonight at the
That's Tim's initiation. We haven't done it yet. We're a little late.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Phil, give it to me. 'cause you work out too much.
do you
Yeah,
guys know?
he's a professional weightlifter.
Professional, huh?
Not professional.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, a competing weightlifter.
Competitive.
Trophies.
There we go.
Not pro. Not
The
something.
word you're
that's
looking
wild,
for
dude.
is attractive.
Yeah, there it is.
Brian.
Well put together.
I knew that hug meant something earlier.
Do you guys know anything about the opening acts tonight?
Yeah.
One of them right there.
So yeah, actually,
Oh, that
Andy's
is
playing
true.
a solo set with all of the instruments being played though.
Is he
Fireside
Sundial?
Wake.
The all backing
No,
tracks.
Andy,
Correct.
Andy
Yeah.
is Fireside Wake.
Fireside
Yeah.
Wake. Okay.
And he played all the instruments on that whole album. It's awesome.
It only
There's
took
some
about 15
great
years
songs.
to make it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
Sundial playing. Well, I
And
guess-
that's Midwest emo.
Yeah,
I looked at them all.
At
You just
times.
really want something to be Midwest emo.
I don't know.
My first band in high school, legit Midwest emo. Like Kid Brother Collective was one of the biggest influences. Like a local band influencing a local band.
Yeah,
But
that's
it was
funny. That
definitely
band, I
like-
haven't heard that name in a long time. My brother's band used to play with that band all the time. So
What was the name?
Kid Brother Collective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
guys were sweet, dude.
Flint band.
I think I saw them in Kalamazoo a couple times. Actually, there was a place called the Space
Yeah.
in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And then I think I caught them there.
Their original drummer is Whitey Morgan. If you know who that guy is,
Wait.
he's a
The Space
country
was
guy.
right next to Craft Bro.
I remember you talking about this
Yeah,
with reinventing
I've
yesterday.
tried to get
next to
because like
Craft
nobody's like it's not that unsimilar to what the DAC is, where you guys it's like this like local like art collective, small like weird thing, and then Craft Bro was next to it was like an actual brewery. This was like breweries before
Bro
it
was
was awesome.
Craft Bro was
Craft Bro did
choice.
kick
I was a
ass.
big fan of
So
Craft
fun,
Bro.
man.
I loved that place.
They were talking for a while because there was like some natural spring that ran under there. They were gonna
Yes.
like chop out the floor and turn it into a kick-ass distillery and like eat
Oh,
it out
no
the
way.
spring.
I don't know what that building is.
They're
now.
like,
I
yeah,
have
we're
no
all set.
idea.
It sounds like an
started to
awful
do
lot
it,
of
and
work.
then it
We're not gonna do
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, indeed, yeah. Turns out you can't just drill through the floor randomly. We
could, but it's
some guy with a drill. No, dude, we're gonna do a distillery. It's gonna be sweet. Jackhammers out. Fucking
cousin starts running.
they just hit the sewer line, you know. It's just a bunch of fucking flooding with the Kalamazoo sewer system in there. It's like,
and then
Secret ingredient.
like why did
And bridge
Bell's
oil.
get so huge, but Craft Bro didn't? You know, like
I mean, Craft Bro, I don't think was ever distributing their shit. Bell's is at least like
Okay.
in stores and whatnot.
Too
Craft
Hard
Brow's
is
is
pretty
more
good,
like a spot.
so.
I can't.
I'm like
deal
the
with it.
one
Can't
guy that
stand it.
doesn't
I don't
like Too
like
Hard.
Too
I
Hard
can't
at
do
all,
Too
dude.
Hard.
No,
My
I'm not a big
that was my
beer
first
guy,
IPA,
so-
and I will still drink it.
I'm not a big IPA guy in
see,
general.
yeah.
So that's
I
that's
gotta
tough.
Because you
refresh,
hate on hipsters, it makes sense.
I'm pro hipster. I'm indifferent on hipsters. Anti IPA. Yeah, give me a stout,
okay,
baby.
cool.
Give me
I'm
something
very
I gotta cut with a knife and a
anti-IPA
fork. That's
myself.
my move.
see what you did
It
there.
doesn't mean I have underlying prejudice against hipsters that suck, that are terrible, that are,
I don't know.
Excuse
It
me.
just tastes bad. I don't get it. I'm like,
yeah,
this
it's
is not good.
too
Like,
flowery, bittery. Like it's just not cool. Like I'm back, dude. I'm so old. I drink Bud Light and Miller Lite now. I'm such a sad
I
sap,
like a
dude.
Mexican beer, dude. Give me a Corona.
I think the term is
Everyone I've talked
Hispanic.
to lately has said that. They're like, give me a Modelo.
yeah,
anything.
Modelo's
I'm
my
like,
favorite.
No, stop.
Corona.
I need to
Little
start.
Dos
I think we got some
action.
Pacificos
Yeah,
here. that you
Pacifico's
brought
pretty
in.
good.
Like all these, like
Okay.
I don't know, the Mexican beer is the move, dude.
See, I need to transition because I'm like in the phase of life where two-hearteds and I'm done the
Yeah,
next day.
yeah.
But then I go right back to it. I'm like, you know what? I like it though. Yeah.
I have sad news to report. There's been a beer that I've been begging for my entire life. They finally released it, and I was so disappointed. Oberon, right?
Yeah.
They finally released an Oberon Light.
Oh, was it not good?
Really?
It's not good.
See, I don't like Oberon, but I
I was so disappointed, man.
Lighthearted.
Wow.
Surprisingly good.
Lighthearted. I had that. That was pretty
It's
good.
not bad.
Yeah,
But they still got the flavor of the punch, whereas this was like Oberon, but like
It's like a light version.
dude,
of
it tasted
Just
like
threw some water in
crazy.
it.
yeah, it tasted like a watered down
Weird.
wine and kugel. It was
Have you ever
terrible.
had, or have either of you guys ever had the Uberon? It was only at Bell's.
It's like double
It's
Oberon.
the bottom of the keg or the things that they make it in. It's literally
You're
all
eating it.
inside of it, dude. It's black.
oranges.
You have to chew.
It's intensity
Yeah.
intensity.
Dude, no, but I remember the early Oberon days, and all the bars in Muskegon had this idea because the Bell's distributors would tell them, when you get your keg of Oberon delivered, shake the fuck out of it upside down, shake it all up, and then serve it to people. So they would do that in all the Muskegon bars.
Would do
So-
the hokey pokey and turn themselves around.
You'd get served Oberon and it would always be cloudy as fuck because it would take all the sediment and shake it up. And then like years later, they're like, where did this come from? Why did you people start doing this? like, because you go to Kalamazoo and they're like, we don't do that. And it's like, what?
Just Muskegon.
I don't know, dude. It
I mean,
was
that,
weird.
That ends up in Muskegon.
I'm pro shaking it up, dude. That's the one
Muskegon,
beer you don't
I
need to
think.
be super carbonated. A
Well,
little
wasn't
flat's
it, wasn't
good
it
with
the
that.
thing to like
Yeah.
roll the can too for a while? Like, oh, you got to roll it.
Yeah, they
It's
had
like the
all these
sediment and stuff.
supernatural like things,
That
you
makes
know.
sense. It's not got all that sediment in it. It
But
makes
then I'd
sense.
hear someone else say, no, you're not supposed to, and you're supposed to leave like a half-inch worth left in the bottom to leave the sediment.
You got to burn a little
So
sage.
it's like, what the hell do I do?
You got to
Do I-
walk around the keg 3 times.
Yeah, is this a
before you
Corona
tap it.
where
Burn some
with
sage.
lime?
Yeah.
Do I have to put the orange in it?
like, dude,
Do Do I have to put the orange in it? Is it required?
Yes, it's recorded. It's overrated, honestly. It's overrated.
I go sans orange for a little bit. I don't know what's rocking the
Overall,
orange
it's
today.
okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. That's where I'm at.
If I'm putting something in a
Hanson's?
beer, it's going to be a pickle. Like,
Hanson? Like,
don't
where's the
pickle
love,
I mean, it's
Hanson?
really the sans amp of
Bob
beers.
Hanson? Jess,
What
if
about
there's still
Hanson?
a thing, where did this
Why
come
are you
from?
asking about Hanson?
They were
Where-
making beer.
Segway.
Oh,
Hanson?
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Come on.
I'm gonna allow that.
Not a joke.
Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. That's hilarious. So just
Those things aren't mutually exclusive. They could have
There
actually
you
done
go.
it. and it
Right
still
there.
got it.
Oh, it's an IPA though. Sorry, guys.
That's fucking awesome.
there's so many
Well
rock
played.
stars that cash in on like having their own beers and
What was Kid
wine
Rock's
and-
beer called?
Brian knows because
hey, my old band had a
called
beer, so
Badass
you
Beer.
can fuck right off.
That was the name of the beer. That was on the can. You could fuck right off.
No, it was called the Daily Grind because it was a coffee beer.
Oh, okay. Clever, pretty clever naming it.
Yeah, that was me. I'm the resident naming artist of things.
Yeah.
Badass.
You know what's not
no,
badass?
no
Free Kid Rock.
It was actually pretty good.
You know what is
pretty
badass?
good.
I shoved Kid Rock once, and it was fantastic.
And I'm glad that you did.
That's
Yeah.
like
Glad I'm in the
that's a
room with you.
life dream kind of thing there, dude. Yeah.
It was one of those moments where A, I was hammered, and B, it was like that split second of like, if I go home and tell people I saw Kid Rock and didn't do anything about it, and for some reason my alcohol-addled mind was like, go shove him. So that's what I did. I
Are you
charged
talking
up him.
current Kid Rock or like Ba with a Ba Kid Rock? This is a crucial
This was
distinction here.
like probably 2010.
Yeah.
So take your pick of whatever
I don't
version
think
it
it's
was.
like either way. I think it's deserved at either stage. It's just
He's
it's just kind of for different reasons.
universally the biggest douchebag on the face of the earth.
It was
for
the
his
weirdest
entire
experience.
existence.
Like I shove him, I'm immediately in a headlock, and they start like pulling me out of the whatever.
For sure.
And he's like, "No, man, he's fine," because I'm all of like 170. I am not built at all. I'm
Kid Rock's
I'm not
not
an
a big
actual
guy,
threat.
dude.
Hey, he's not either. He's a string bean with real greasy hair. But he immediately was like, "What's your problem, man?" And I was like, "You suck. Every song you've written sucks. My worst song is better than your best song." And like, I'm just out of my mind.
That's all fair.
And then he's like,
for sure. He was probably like, yeah, agreed.
well, he sits there and he talks to me for a bit, and he's like, "Well, prove it."
And
I'm
you're like, damn it, Kid Rock's kind of cool.
that is exactly what happened. Yes, I was like, wait, this guy's being really nice to me. I'm trying to be a complete asshole, and he's like just winning me over by being like, "That's cool, man."
Yeah, that mental jujitsu, dude.
Yeah,
Flip that
and then
shit
he
on
gives
you.
me his Clarkston studio address or whatever, and tells me to send him some songs, and I'm like, and I'm just
Next thing you know,
beside
he's
myself.
producing your record. You're like, fuck.
And I'm like,
You're shooting Bud Light cans with an AK.
Little did you know
that.
the address he gave you was to the Bronner's Christmas store.
yeah, but so like,
Yes, send it here. I'll check it out for
I
sure.
came out of this with like this mindset of like, Kid Rock sucks, but Bobby Ritchie was an okay guy that day. But then
So you
also,
have first name basis. You're the real
oh god, no.
name.
It's still the I shoved Kid Rock story, and I'm not.
Indeed.
I am not a
This is the
confrontational
second
person.
Kid Rock
Yeah.
fight that we've
Yeah,
had
our
on this podcast.
Our
by
friend
the way,
the Michigan
Barnaby
thing.
from Mets Fire and other bands, he also got in a little tiff with, he fucking hates Kid Rock, and it's the same story. Got in, snuck through the line, snuck under the thing at the club or whatever into the VIP section, and got into it with him.
So I feel like this says more about his security detail than anything. That these
Still got to
like
work on it.
non-offensive skinny white guys are able to
Yeah.
just waltz in and start accosting, a
If you want to shove Kid
superstar.
Rock, just do it.
Yeah,
You have the crack team that protected Nancy Kerrigan and others.
it's like going to the Renaissance Festival and throwing tomatoes at the fucking guy that falls into the dunk tank. Oh yeah, it's a rite of passage in Michigan. I don't know if you know that.
Kid Rock's got to be used to it. I mean, when you're that big of a douchebag, it's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I kind of had this coming. It's fair enough.
Yeah. At least he's fighting for ticket sales or whatever. I got to allow that. Whatever the fuck the ticket scalper thing, and he's
Oh really?
Yeah, that's fair. That's,
which
that's
is
a good-
fair. It's like he's all up in the White House, fucking wearing the douchiest outfit of all time and all this stuff. But I'm like, hey, he's got a point. I can't disagree. You know, like trying to crack down on that shit. You know, so I'll allow it.
The most
Kid Rock sucks,
unpredictable
don't get me wrong, but,
alliances.
yeah.
A Ross pro Kid Rock stance.
He's right, man. Ticket sales is fucking ridiculous.
He's not that bad of a guy.
Exactly. That's what's saying. It's just like, God damn it, Kid Rock kind of is fucking.
Why are you nice and
I know. Son of a bitch.
In the words of David Spade via Tommy Boy, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, Kid Rock. I mean, I was like, I know I got friends that are like actually fans, and I'm like, dude, it's like his biggest songs are not even his songs. It's like there's that Metallica song that he's like rapping over.
I'm still
stupid werewolves
Sweet Home
in London
Alabama.
I'm so mad about that still.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
don't fuck with Warren Zevon.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy every time I hear that song starting. I'm
the
like, oh,
biggest
cool,
one's
Werewolves
Sweet
of
Home
London.
Alabama, right?
And then it's
Yeah.
Sweet Home
Yeah.
Alabama, Werewolves of
It's
London
like,
mashup.
dude, it's like the fucking biggest like douchey cash in of all time. It's like pandering at a level that's just like so fucking unprecedented. Like, really, dude?
It's pretty well
and
played.
he makes millions.
I was thinking about it.
And we're in a basement making a podcast.
Yeah, I think I consider pandering. I consider.
Advantage Kid Rock
Yeah, I
for
know.
sure. Yeah. I'm selling the fuck out if I ever get the chance. Dude, rest assured.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there? Who?
Werewolves of London.
Dang.
All right. No, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. That's good.
So anyway, I've been trying to get Kid Rock to come on the podcast, but he won't return my calls. You know?
That's too bad.
Yeah, just
Be his best
dip
friend.
under the line.
Indeed.
You can get there and face it.
I know.
Right.
He's like, what's your
Dangerville
problem? I'm
podcast.
like, dude, I keep trying to get you on the podcast. Like, well, come on.
Yeah, come on, you're not that bad of a guy.
Damn it, Kid Rock's kind of fucking cool. Son of a
Hey, I've
bitch.
been saying the whole time, Kid Rock's not evil. He's just dumb. All right, guys.
I'm not
He's
sure
just
which is
white
worse.
trash. It's not
Absurd
his
amounts of
fault.
money.
Dumb you can't control.
That's true.
Just saw some shit of Steve-O talking about partying with Kid Rock in LA, and he's like, yeah, but we're at this party. It's like it was like a Paris Hilton's party or something. He's like, and Kid Rock brings us into the back room and he dumps out a bag of cocaine on the piano. And Steve-O, though, who is like the biggest drug addict of all time, is just like, dude, wow, this is the most preposterous amount of cocaine ever. And Kid Rock goes, we'll chip away at it. when Steve was like, dude, this is too much. Like, you know, it's like,
What a great response, too, by the way. That's well played. God damn it. I'm kind of blaming pro Kid Rock by the end of this episode.
Steve was like, and then it's 3 days later, we're still chipping away.
All right, I gotta bring it up. You don't have to show it me, if you don't want to pull it up. But I like stumbled across this thing on X when I was looking for these hilarious news opportunities here. But at the Timberwolves basketball game a couple of days ago, you know they do the jumbotron things.
It's the
they
orange
flash
ball.
it over this dude, and this doesn't bump right off the hand as they flash it. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I loved it.
Yeah, the bump game. Yeah.
Bump
It was classic.
That's fucking funny, man. Oh shit, boys! I don't know what time is it here. We
got 4.
4 o'clock.
It's about
here.
that time.
Yeah, it's getting to be about that time. We should think about fucking wrapping it up. So here we go.
What's up, y'all?
That looks like
No, that's Lucas Candy.
Oh, I thought it might be Ted Lasso.
oh,
You know
wow.
I think that's a pixie stick.
The hot
That's fine.
That was
Lucas
a
Yeah, that's
solid,
Lucas Candy.
and sour
That's
Lucas.
so
solid
funny.
bump. So we are the Wildlife.
Clearly.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about that, but yeah, we're in a band.
Are you guys a band? Are you guys like, you go into the gas station on the way out? They're like, you guys are a band, aren't you? You're like, fuck.
Yeah, damn it. We're all wearing black, kind of.
Indeed. We were gonna play a song. Let's play one of these fucking songs here. What do we got? Which one? Can we pull it up?
I'd say
Pocket Friend,
is,
probably.
Pocket
Yeah.
Friend, please.
What
my
platform?
personal favorite.
Yeah, Spotify is fine.
Yeah, let's get the
Spotify,
Yeah,
Apple
give us
Music,
that one more stream, please.
Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I think
That
Apple
0.04
Music
cents.
pays like
0.002 cents. Yeah.
more.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
No, I
Spotify
just
is
need-
0.00007.
I just want something I don't have to play
We
commercials
have
on.
made
Just pull up
$3.
Apple Music, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Proud of
doing
you,
your
Jack.
Apple Music.
Yeah.
So far.
I was telling, do you guys remember CD Baby?
Oh, hell
It was
yeah.
CD Baby.
Yeah.
Right? I was just telling these guys, I just got a check for like $8
Yeah.
for CD Baby. And
That's
they were
what
like,
put all
what?
of
I was
ours
like,
out
fuck
there.
yeah, man.
Dude,
Fucking-
if we
So
have
First round of drinks are on this guy.
if we have time, I have a quick story here.
Yeah, go ahead. He's pulling up the song. Go ahead.
Okay. So, an old band that I was in, we released a couple albums, and it was before the streaming thing happened. And then the label that we were on got bought out by Warner Brothers, and so our catalog was on streaming platforms for years. And I wondered, well, where are the royalties from this? Because somebody needs to be getting paid for this. And I spent like 3 years tracking down people at Warner Brothers, and like I would get somewhere and then they'd get fired or they'd quit and they'd hand me off to someone else.
Yeah.
But like after 3 years of diligently digging through some Warner Brothers hellhole, I finally got in contact with the right person and was able to like submit all of our tax information and banking information and get set up for all the back royalties from streaming. Yeah. So now every 6 months, me and the band members that were involved with those recordings, we get like $50 checks from Warner Brothers for the rest of our lives.
Oh, that's a lot.
Nice. Yeah. So I was like, fuck yeah.
I was going to say, you're getting those $3 checks. That's
just the principle of getting a check from Warner Brothers.
It was more so the principle of like, this money is owed to us, God damn it.
I'm a professional.
You got the gold records.
Professional.
Yes. Yeah, our CD account says when you've reached the $10 mark. We're still waiting for that moment.
Hey, we're still waiting for our first Patreon subscriber.
We use OnlyFans, guys.
Exactly.
Just saying, we got this bodybuilder over here.
CD Baby sent a bunch of my CDs back to me. The shit that was like 15-year-old, like, you know, way old shit. They were like, hey man, they basically sent me the form email. It's like, hey, you want us to send these back to you, or we're gonna trash them? They're like, Goodwill,
because like they act as your distributor,
right?
It
used to be the physical CDs. You know, this is from my band, so again, 20 years ago. Or
hey, I still have physical CDs. They're essentially business cards, but
and it's just hilarious that they're like, yeah, dude, you want these back or not? It was basically the gist of it, and I'm like, you can throw them away.
That's amazing.
Quick plug: I do have triple vinyl available of my opening act, The Fireside Wake. Please buy them because I'm buried in debt because of that project. So
you can buy them on
no free plugs.
website.
Yeah, thefiresideWake.com. Manufactured in Michigan at Third Man Pressing and all that good jazz.
Yeah, sure.
I went all out. Like it's you know, put your money where your mouth is thing. Triple gatefold, lyric art insert and all that shit.
Nice.
Like
I really
split
like
colored
this.
vinyl. Thank you.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah, that's the cover art. Local artist Steve Hargash from Frankenmuth. I commissioned him to do all the oil paintings for the artwork.
Good.
And I'm super proud of it. And the fact that it exists means that it's a success. I don't care about the debt.
That's what I'm saying too. Yeah.
So like, I'm super proud of the project. It took like 18 years to write, 5 years to record, another year debacle of mastering and production
Whoa, what
issues.
is all this?
That's like my news blog stuff. I haven't updated that in a while.
All right, I'll listen to the music, but I'm not reading all
You don't have to
that.
read that.
Too long didn't read.
Exactly.
Where's the music?
This was hard. I did it.
I'm a very ADHD guy that's like, I want to provide all the context. And for the people that like to read that stuff, it's there. But if you're not interested.
It's cool. I like it.
And the other thing is you can listen to the whole album for free on the site. You don't have to buy it. Email me. I'll send it to you for free. I don't care. I just want you to listen to it if you're interested.
I'm going to listen to it.
It's very Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, Black Keys, White Stripes, kind of.
Sound like Weezer.
That's me.
A little bit.
That's me, dog.
A little bit here.
I love that shit.
It's all over the place. But
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty much my speed too.
like Chad said earlier, it was a very I played everything: drums, bass, guitar, vocals, harmonica, piano, extra noises. So it was a very like the first Foo Fighters record where he bounced from every instrument in a matter of like 3 weeks. So that was a big influence. That and like Trent Reznor and Elliott Smith, those guys that do it all themselves.
For sure.
So it was a lot of fun, and
I ain't no one-trick pony.
yeah.
Really is a master musician. He can play anything.
Oh well, thank you. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm Midwest emo, but I'm gonna name drop Elliott Smith.
Yeah. Only if tell me you're not Midwest. Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the wildlife thing here and actually jam this fucking song. What's the name of the song again?
This one's called Pocket Friend.
Pocket Friend.
Pocket Friend.
Let's see if we can get this going here. Hopefully it's not like crazy loud. It could be. Yeah, okay, there you go. Good job, Brian. Oh, yeah. Also, the Get Up Kids. You know the Get Up Kids?
Fuck yeah.
It reminds me of the Get Up Kids.
Dude, did you go to the Something to Write Home About tour?
No, I wanted to.
You
but
missed
I was
out.
obsessed with that album.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
We'll jam those on the way home. Get up, kids.
Let me pick you up, put you in my pocket.
makes me think we need to change our canvas here to have 4 people instead of 2.
Yeah, that's
Can't
future
see it, but my
problems.
cell phone's in there somewhere for me to hit the play button for the bass track.
Oh, nice.
We used to run ours off an iPod. It was the iPod era. We ran
Oh, the
whole
classic.
show. Yep, the drummer had it on a thing next to him.
I dig it. This is a fun jam.
That's so, yeah.
I'm a fan.
It's so
All right.
phones away. Like I can't. Let's.
Dude, like I said, six Wayne songs.
All right, I got a more accurate band.
I do love that stuff, though.
I don't want to hurt you guys' feelings when I say this, but it should sting a little bit. But this reminds me of "Hello Goodbye."
Sure, yeah.
This
It stings a little.
This vocal tonation is pure "Hello Goodbye."
I don't know what that is.
I don't know enough to be offended.
What's hello goodbye?
Ignorance is
One
bliss.
record, right?
No idea.
All 3 of us are metalheads except Phil.
That's true, yeah.
So
Hello Goodbye. They were probably like mid to late 2000s. It was
They were named after a Beatles song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true. They had that song. That was
Yellow
kind of good.
Submarine, right? Yeah.
That's,
He's got glasses. I've got glasses. It kind of makes sense. Yeah.
I'm just
Rivers
saying.
has glasses.
Rivers has glasses.
Come on. Have you ever heard of this band out of Canada called Seaway?
No.
They're like a current band, not huge or anything, but they like put out this record 2 years ago that you would love it, and it's very similar to this. I was like obsessed with it.
Really?
Way,
Yeah.
SEA way.
Yeah, I think
Actually, I think I have listened to that. I think
just
someone
like
told me that.
super catchy power pop rock kind of shit like this, dude.
I just want power pop to be like big again, you know?
Yeah. That's what I came up on. That's the same era, dude. We were obsessed
Yeah.
with Weezer and just all that
Yeah,
shit. Like,
dude,
Get
yeah.
Up Kids, whatever. I mean,
So I would use power pop, but most people don't know what power
They don't know
pop
what that is. That's why I don't use
Yeah.
it describing anything we do.
That's what I used to tell people my band was power pop, and they're like, "What is
What
that?"
is that?
Yeah.
Big Star.
I'm
Who's
like,
that?
it's like rock music, but
That 70s
I
show
can't
theme
play
song
metal.
that Cheap Trick covered.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Cheap
like
Trick.
when you tell someone that you like death metal and they're like, "Oh, like 5 Finger Death
Oh,
Punch."
God.
Like,
Wait, that's
no,
not the same thing? Not exactly the same
No.
no, that's douche metal.
Yeah, I
Yes.
said death metal, not butt rock.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, one thing about Phil's guitar tone, I'm pretty jealous of how he makes his Telecaster sound because I can't do
Rocking the
the
telly.
thing.
Rocking the
Yeah,
telly,
he's
yeah.
got that like that low
Rocking
gain
the suburbs.
compressed sound, just like Michael Jackson did.
Maybe one more. Let's hear one more. You guys
well,
want
he's
to hear one
got
more?
he's got good style, so that usually means good guitar
We got
tone.
time for
Yeah.
one more, right?
he doesn't care about his tone that much, so that means he's gonna
man.
be
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's cool,
I just
yeah.
like plugging the
It's
amp.
hard
I'm
to
like,
Yeah,
baby.
it's like an accidental, really good guitar tone. I'm like, God damn it! Why did that sound so good?
This one is
Wait,
not us.
That's
Sorry.
not us. Is this
I
Hello
can't-
Goodbye?
No, I can't see it from across the room.
Yeah, maybe Love Conquers All.
Yeah,
I thought it was your guys' playlist, but
there you go.
That's it. You got it.
This
What's this
sounds
one called?
familiar.
Love Conquers All.
And that's Phil's cat walking on his treadmill, which is
Very
very
important. Yeah,
This is so
she's a talented
Weezer.
cat.
That's
Yeah.
actually inspired by the classic OK Go music video,
Yes, yes.
It's a bunch of cats doing the same thing.
which, in all fairness, OK Go has probably the best
They got
music
some good
videos.
videos. The one
next
in
to
the
Tool
plane.
videos and that
Yeah.
one Virtual Insanity video by Jamiroquai.
Yeah. But the one they did in
Oh
the
man, I
zero
forgot about that
gravity
virtual
in the plane.
insanity.
Oh,
Yes.
It's amazing.
Inside Out and Upside
Yeah.
Down. Or Upside Down and Inside Out.
now this one's very California AF too.
Yes, dude, I think about that actually
Do you?
regularly. That
You've
was
never said that to
me
me.
and Brian played in a band together for a little while in like high school.
Yeah.
California Audio. Yeah, it was great. It's kind of we were kind of going for the Weezery vibe.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, we tried to do harder music at first, and then we realized we didn't know what we were doing, so we had to settle on whatever Craig gave us. So
Writing songs like this is way harder than random metal. All
Funny
day.
thing though, I
Angry
mean,
music's easy to write.
Yeah.
Happy music is I don't know how it works.
Major chords. That's the trick.
Yeah.
Like once
We
you get out-
already talked about modulation earlier. There's no modulation in metal.
you got to get your heart broken too. That's
People
part of
listen
the
like
trick.
fucking nerds.
Where's the minor pentatonic?
Yeah, that's my wheelhouse, baby. Let's go.
Phil, do you agree though? When we had first been jamming this song in the basement before the studio, then after we recorded it, and it sounded quite a bit different.
It did,
I
yeah.
feel like both of us had agreed because, like, Phil was main songwriter at that point for sure. I was just drumming along, and then after we listened to it, we're like, this is what we should sound like. Like, let's
we were going like a different route. Like, we had another guitar player, and like he missed the recording day, and so we're like, okay, we'll just do it without him, whatever. And then it came out like this, and we're like, yeah, this is the sound. We like this.
Yeah,
way better.
Who all singing vocals? Just Phil or?
Yeah, me, the producer, did some background vocals too.
Okay,
Andy
all
Reid,
right.
but
yeah, mainly you.
Because I was about to say, am I going to hear these background vocals live or not?
Andy does a lot of
Andy
background vocals.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
He fits in there.
Yeah, so just Chad and Phil are on these recordings because Tim and I both joined after the fact. But I recorded my album with Andy Reid as well, where they recorded. So I'm very familiar with his vocal style, his guitar playing style, his musical choices. So playing the parts that I know Andy wrote and played and sang, it's easy for me to like get into that headspace.
Right. Yeah.
And anytime I play something written by someone else, I try very hard to like play it the way they wrote it. Like if I'm playing drums in a cover band, like I'm gonna learn Danny Carey's fucking drum part.
I always do the opposite because I'm too egocentric.
Yeah, you should do the Kid Rock bit or just rap over it.
No, I'm not that bad. I'm like this song already exists and it's good for a reason. And who am I to say that I'm better than what sold millions of copies? So for me, I like to get inside of the artist that wrote it. Because A, people are used to hearing it that way, and B, it makes me grow as a musician to play stuff that's out of my wheelhouse in a way that I'd never play things. So getting to play with Phil and playing the songs that he wrote is fun and challenging for me because I wouldn't think to do things that way. And it forces me to play different chords or shapes or things. So like this song, the guitar part that I wrote for this, which isn't on the recording, is one of the more like mature things that I've written because I'm trying really hard to like complement what's already there. And I would have never written that on my own. So it helps me grow as a musician to like help him achieve his vision instead of me doing my vision.
I would have stepped all over it.
Well, plus I'll add though, the stuff that you've added to this song, it doesn't change the song. You know, it adds to it, but it's still in the realm enough. It sounds like a live, like brought to life version. Like the solo is almost the same, but Andy has this like craziest pedal I think I've ever heard that he plays the solo on, and it's like
it's the do nothing pedal.
This one does a lot of something, and I can't figure it out. It's
the robot.
It's like, dude, wait till I kick this bad boy on.
It is a fucked up pedal.
It's nuts, and you can like see through part of it, so you can see like the crazy modulation or whatever the hell you call it going on. It's nuts.
So it's one of those.
It makes me happy.
It's one of the Third Man Records collaboration pedals. Third Man hardware, actually. So the plasma coil, the Third Man version is the Tesla coil, and it essentially takes your guitar signal and pushes it through is it xenon, like a gas tube, and then reconverts it into electrical output. But it's got
it also gives you cancer.
Yes, radiation. Like
you turn it on, the green uranium
People
lights.
It's like the people near him not playing the guitar get cancer.
It's this weird like voltage starvable distortion thing.
You have extra toes now on that foot that you're using that pedal.
And it's got these like extra settings with like octave up and down. So yeah, boost this real quick with solo.
The fuzz solo.
Yeah.
So people who saw us 2 weeks ago at the DAC.
Yeah, at the deck.
You'll hear this solo, but
1 week
even cooler
ago.
with this pedal. Oh, 1 week ago. Oh, sorry, my timeline's off.
Good job.
This song reminds me almost like a Billy Joel tune or something.
For me, I was like Rackin' Tours.
It's like a waltz.
Like this is a Jack White.
Yeah,
track.
like Rackin' Tours.
So me trying to like recreate that sound, I have this wacky pedal that just is super sputtery and voltage starved and octavey. So it was a lot of fun to like learn that solo and then make it even more fucked up. But for the most part, it's like with this band, I'm a firm believer of like serve the song, not your ego. So I'm trying very hard to.
It's really hard to do.
That's why we
It
work
is
well
hard to
together,
do.
'cause
I
I've got a lot
could
of
never
ego.
do it. That's why I was always the lead singer of my band, because I could never collaborate with anyone. I can never
Exactly.
learn their songs. That's how I know I'm bad.
So that's what's cool about like the Fireside Wake. That's like my ego project in the sense of it's me doing everything, controlling everything, and
The containment zone.
the containment zone. So I can explore every direction that I want. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't need to stand out anywhere because I'm already playing everything. So that taught me to start serving the song and playing with Phil. It's very much like, I want to understand where you're coming from. Because at our first practice, he was like, feel free to do whatever you want, play it however you want.
Hell yeah.
Like, if you have a change in the song, suggest it. Like, I'm not married to any of this stuff. And immediately I was like, no, you wrote the songs that
You missed your chance, dude.
no. I was like, you have a vision and you want it to sound a certain way. It's my job to serve that vision and help understand where you're coming from so that I can add stuff that feels like it's complimentary and not just wanking over top of what you already did.
I immediately would have went for a wah.
Throw one of those in tonight, please.
Ross would have been like, no, we need more drums.
More double kick fills everywhere.
We got a lot of
Well,
drums.
that's the same
Chad's a
thing,
lot
though.
of
It's
drums.
like we talk at practice. We've been writing collectively now, now that we're comfortable with each other. And it's like sometimes Andy, thankfully, will put me in the corner. Like, not really, but in a nice way. He'll be like, hey, like, try to dial this thing back. Because I'm like metal background. I'm all about like adding more.
Double kick,
and then
baby.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
like,
No, we were
sometimes
both in
it's
metal bands that were like
sometimes
blast
it's like, hey,
beats and
less is
breakdowns.
more here. And then I'll do it and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Like, yeah, just like it's not natural for
Yeah.
me to do less a lot. So sometimes it's nice to have like that other drummer's ear on it. Like, hey, do a little bit less of that thing.
I mean,
So
not
it's,
all
it's
of
a
us-
fun part of the collaboration.
We're not all as awesome as you, Chad. So sometimes you actually have to dial it down to get back to normal human level so we can understand you. Okay. You have to, I know it's hard for you.
Why always over there making me feel good?
That makes me feel good.
Man crusher. Man crusher.
But also, what's super,
Want that answer?
what's super cool about this band is that like there's no ego. Like we're all either in our 40s, approaching 40s, or older than 40. So we're doing this because
35.
we love it and we enjoy each other's company.
It's like, I'm 28. What are you talking about?
Andy's right.
But there's no ego, so it's really fun to be able to like suggest stuff to a different member of the band, be like, hey, I don't like your drum part, like maybe adjust that. And nobody's mad or butthurt or like stuck in their ego thing. It's like, all right, yeah, let's try it out. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But everyone's been willing to like humor me, please. I have this idea and I need to hear it to know if
Yeah,
it sucks or
no, I
not.
get it, yep.
So it's cool that everyone in this band is open to that.
agreed.
And like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I've been in multiple bands where people get so mad, like, "Well, you're not the drummer in this band. I'm the drummer. Who are you
Yeah.
to tell me?" And I'm like, I'm not trying to like to tell you that I know what's best. I'm trying to offer something that could work or couldn't work, and what's it going to harm to explore that avenue?
People
to
gotta
know.
let go
It
of
sounds
the
like
fucking
marriage
ego across
counseling.
the
What do you-
board, man.
There's a couple times even on the new song, which we're all really, I'll speak for all of us. I think we're really proud of the writing on that one. But there's parts where Andy was like, hey, let me just come back there really quick and show you what I'm hearing. And then I hear him play it. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Like, yep, I'm going to try that. And then, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't, no one's like, hey, F you, whatever.
Right, yeah.
We're all good with it, But it's cool.
They
It's
just
a good,
yell
it's a good,
at me and shame me until I play my part.
Indeed. Play the Lowry.
The lowry. Stop bass tapping.
Well, I like, obviously I like the band. I like that you guys are doing this kind of music because it just seems like everybody's just like, I don't know, there's so much fucking metal out there and it's just like, I'm getting kind of a little old and like, I don't know, I came up on this kind of shit and so did Shave and Brian and it's just kind of like, nice to hear something that's like, yeah.
It's a
like,
refreshing change of pace.
Immediately when I heard it, I was like,
Thank
oh,
you.
they're doing
Thank
Weezer,
you.
sweet.
Yeah.
Like, let's hear something fucking different.
Might
It's
be
so-
time
I'm
for a
gonna
new
say,
wave.
Yeah, indeed.
It's hard to find your way into the bill of a show because it's like I don't know what box we fit in. It's hard to find
Yeah,
that box. So it's like if you're
I've
out
dealt
there
with that
somewhere
back in
and
the
you
day,
like
too.
us and want us to play,
Yeah.
please DM us because we're trying to find that box.
Stuck with the metal bands, and then they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, all my connections are metal bands.
Yeah.
They don't want us. It's not going to go well.
So, is there a social media kind of shit people should follow you guys on? You
Yeah, hit us
rocking
up on
the
Instagram,
Insta.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wildlife is rad on Instagram.
We also have a Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Yeah, hit us up on Bandcamp.
I love some Bandcamp.
Songs are for sale. Merch will be on there really
Right on.
soon.
That is
So
cool.
yeah, give us a follow if you want us
Dope
to play
t-shirt.
somewhere. Hit us up.
Hell yeah.
And
Yeah, so for now it's Spotify, Apple Music, and then Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp.
CD Baby, of course.
CD
Get
Baby.
Get your check at CD Baby.
America Online. Actually, if you have 500 free hours
I'm
left
still
over,
rocking an AOL email address, baby. I'm dying on that fucking deal.
Phil, before he took this picture, I think was doing curls. Notice the vein action.
Oh, I did.
You had to get- you
I had to flex a
little
little
party
bit.
pump before
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
It's really important.
Phil's a part-time model.
Sure.
Oh, you handsome bastard.
for Midwest Emo magazine.
Dude, I will buy that calendar.
All right, well, we better wrap this up. I know we gotta get some food and then load in and stuff is gonna be happening here. So
Thanks for having us, guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
thank
welcome.
you.
Thanks for coming over.
Appreciate it,
Check out
gentlemen.
the wildlife. All right, thanks everybody. Peace.